You are watching the Old Zealand, a minesweeper champion, the Dragon of Portugal, Vice Captain America, the world's fourth greatest forehead, and a geography semi-finalist at the World Championships. Zealand! Zealand! Oh my God, it's Zealand! What's going on, dude? It's crazy. Sorry, hold on. Everybody shut up. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. The Canadians are top of CONCACAF with the win at the Azteca. I don't even care that we drew Jamaica. That was a tough game. Mikel Antonio scored an absolutely outrageous banger, whatever. But, like, seriously, Canada's balling right now. That wasn't my favorite part about it. There was a lot of amazing drama in World Cup qualifying all of yesterday. I mean, really, really amazing drama. My favorite part of all of it was watching about 50,000 people in Edmonton, Canada show up in a stadium that was negative 15 Celsius to watch Canada-Mexico. And then Canada wins in a snow globe. Well, the final score of 2-1 on 2 goals from Kyle freaking Lair. I watched the whole game. What a game. What an amazing CONCACAF experience. Watching just a packed stadium of suspiciously warm Canadians in minus 15 Celsius. Reference point, we're talking like single digits Fahrenheit. Right? Wind chill getting into the negatives. And then they go out and they win. And not only do they win, they're like diving into the snow. I can't show it because of DMCA, but they're like diving, like they scored a goal, and this dude just belly flops the snowbank. These people are insane. Yeah, it was like their left back. He didn't even score the goal. He just flopped onto the snow. We're like sitting in the snow celebrating with the fans. It was just an amazing, I was like, it's the world's game, It's the world's game. There is no other sport where you can get such a diversity of experience. Right? That was the Canadian experience. You play tough in the snow. The Canada-Mexico referee was actually terrible. The referee for Canada-Mexico was absolutely awful. Let me tell you how awful he was. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Canada wins a corner with like 10 seconds to go in stoppage time, and nothing super significant has happened in the stoppage time. Right, so you're just like, the game is over. Then some dude on Canada, I think it was their left back, the same dude that belly flopped the snow, he falls over. He's like, oh my God, I've been shot, right? So they win the corner.
In 7 months.
He falls down.
Let's go Floridsdorf, and let's make Austria great again, lol.
You got it. He falls down, and instead of just blowing the game, because the game is over, right? It's a Canadian corner. They're up 2-1. There's 10 seconds left in the stoppage time. Dude falls down. He calls out the stretcher. He brings out the stretcher. It takes 2.5 minutes to get this guy off the field. Canada takes the corner. They play it short. And then a dude on Mexico, because of course, while this is going on, Mexico can't lose. Well, that's just not in their DNA. So these impudent children on both teams are slapping the ball away from each other, right? There's a whole scuffle off to the side while this one dude's getting stretchered off for an injury that isn't real, right? And like this whole scuffle that you could have avoided. Just blow it's over. The game is over. Just blow. This is why you blow the game. Now we're sitting around for 2.5 minutes. A bunch of alpha males that are super offended are smacking the ball away from each other. Canada takes a short corner. Mexican dude comes in like he shot out of a rocket, rakes him in the back of the leg, gets a yellow card. He gives out the yellow card and blows the final whistle. It's the dumbest officiating I've ever seen. If that's what you were going to do, just end the game. Why did we have to sit here for 3.5 minutes watching guys just like bicker at each other while somebody faked an injury? The game was over. I don't know. Thank you so much to Forrester for the 7 months as part of the Hammers. Scott Van, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Welcome to the Hammers, Cody. Thank you for the 2 months and singing "Oh Canada." Donnelly, I appreciate the Twitch Prime as well. Thank you to everybody that is a part of the Hammers. Today we will be playing of course, today with the mighty Dorfers of Floridsdorf. The Floridsdorfers. We are, in case you didn't know, I got to load into the save actually. We are 1 point out of promotion right now. Sorry, I had a bone to pick with that. I'm like, this is outrageous. I cannot believe that he didn't just blow the whistle when the ball went out for that. Like, the game's over, man. It's over. YouTube, AC check. AC is set. Thank you, Justin. Can you show off your new signings? What else are we going to do here? The preview window is mega cropped on this scene. Something happened a little while ago. Do you guys remember that? Something happened where it was like all of our resolutions got thrown off and I've had to randomly fix them over the course of everything. The Canadian goalkeeper looked like he was playing in his pajamas. Well, he had his hood up. You know, he knows how to stay warm. Memo Ochoa's got the hair, the Mexican goalkeeper. He is still the keeper for Mexico, yeah. Anyone know if the team attribute comparison bar graph that shows league average is still a thing? It probably is. Let me see if I can find it. Let's get down to the corner and let's do a very important part of our ritual. You might be able to tell what's about to happen from the echo, but that doesn't mean we can't still surprise you with a hello, YouTube! Yeah, you just, you know, hi, YouTube. How you doing? You look great today, YouTube. You're looking sharp. Welcome into this stream. You're probably watching this over Thanksgiving break, you know, which most of you don't celebrate, but that's fine. Have a big meal have a big meal, not this Thursday, but next Thursday on me. Not actually. That'd be a lot of meals, but you know, maybe we can give away one meal. I'll Uber Eats somebody some food on Thanksgiving. Yeah, smash the like button, dude. Smash the subscribe button. So if you go to squad analyst report and comparison, you can still see your league comparison on and everything. And not gonna lie, boss, we're pretty beastly. We are so smart. It's unbelievable. So technically gifted as a club. It's unbelievable. Physically, we don't like to talk about that. We're a little unathletic. So who are the big signings, right? Who are the big kahunas? Who are the big dogs? Announced Alessandro. Yes, we signed a 40-year-old. Yeah, when you say it like that, it's not as fun. Our first signing, a guy that's going to really help us out, left back Alexander Miganov. Not only were we very thin at fullback, and this is going to make us a lot better there. Right, here they are. not a great defender, right? And I understand the argument. You say, well, he's not a great defender, but he is athletic. He gets forward. He can really play a good ball at this level. He is a very dangerous kind of João Pinto type player. I would hate to throw around a Legends name like that. But we've announced Oleksandr Miganov, the Ukrainian. He only signed a 5-month contract, so it doesn't tie us down into next season. But honestly, we'll probably keep him around next season. We also signed 40-year-old Andres D'Alessandro, who you might remember from FIFA 07. He is going to be a player that comes off the bench and makes waves for us. He is somebody that can receive the ball with great skill, distribute the ball with great skill. And while he's not somebody that can make long runs with it, if we put him in a nice advanced position, essentially out on the left wing, he is going to be able to bring that ball in, and he's going to be able to play something dangerous. We can also put him, we can elevate one of our midfielders and put him in that spot, and it's going to make him a very dangerous player. 25 Argentina caps. He's only 40, so he's got a lot of years ahead of him. He is, unfortunately, slightly above the median age for human beings on the planet Earth, right? But he's not that far above it. He's a Tom Brady 40. Exactly. He's got a couple Super Bowls left in him. He's got plenty of swag. He's a 5-star skiller on FIFA. He doesn't run. He walks. But he walks with great creativity and whatever. We added Alan Cruz, and this guy is just at this level. He played for FC Cincinnati. He's got 17 Costa Rican national team caps at 25 years old. Dude's a rock-solid player, works hard, technically solid. Outside of composure, his intelligence is good. He does have the athleticism. He's not a big guy, but he's the most well-rounded midfielder that we have on our team. Yeah, I think by some margin. Yeah, he's also our set piece specialist. D'Alessandro hits a mean free kick in a mean corner. He'll cruise the league. I like the way you think, Rambo. Dude, all I'm saying is D'Alessandro would shred your local 6-a-side game. That's all I'm saying. You say Alan Cruz, a rock solid player. Guess you haven't watched much of FC Cincinnati. At our level in the second Austrian league, considering the MLS, with the exception of Salzburg, I would say is better than the Austrian league to begin with. This is a really nice guy to add to the team that's got rounded quality. He doesn't even start for FC Cincinnati these days. Well, this isn't real life. It's better. Bruno Piri is our 4th signing. An actually good center back who not only is he has a round athletic profile, right? He's quick. He's got decent balance. He elevates pretty well. He isn't lacking for strength. He's ridiculously intelligent at the center back position, right? The aggression, anticipation, bravery, boom. Concentration, boom. Composure a little low to be a great tackler, but his positioning and marking is very good. His heading is solid. He plays short, simple passes. So this dude is not a problem when it comes to receiving the ball and getting rid of it. Pretty swaggerific, if I may say so myself, and we gave him a fat with a PH contract to sign with our team. That's okay. I want a different vibe today. I think I want to just go right into the synth wave. I just want to feel the synth wash over me. Hello from Spain, Mr. Zealand. You're a genius. Would not go that far. But we try. Oh, we just go out there, we try and have a good time on the field, and we try to improve every day. So for our schedule, what are we doing today? Oh, well, we're playing a cup quarterfinal against Lask. That's not a big deal. St. Polten, Grazer, so that is a big deal. The month of February is really going to determine the direction that we're going. Oh, yeah, then we played Lafnitz, who happens to be 2nd, Grazer's 1st, and St. Polten is 5th. Just in case you were wondering, we have a ridiculously difficult schedule to kick off the post-break era. We don't exactly have a lot of time to get these guys to gel. They kind of have to gel now. Mbakogu can't knock the ball past opponents. We are going to try that again. Geshev, movement. All the way at the bottom, knock the ball past his opponents. How? Geshev, what do you mean? Jerry absolutely should knock the ball past opponents. He's athletic and he can't dribble. Geshev's just being a fool. He's being an absolute fool. God. Are your scouts on full-time? I'm in the first division and can only offer part-time scouts. Yeah, my scouts are also part-time if I remember correctly. Maybe it's oh no, my scouts are full-time. You're getting glitched. Congratulations. Very likely that you're getting glitched there. Got COVID and these streams are pretty much saving. Dude, I am super happy to hear that. I'm not happy to hear that you got COVID. Wait. That's not what he said. That is not what he said. He said something else and it was sweet and it was nice. Okay. I'm happy that I'm making it better. I am not happy you got COVID. I hope you're doing well. I hope you can taste things. Right. I'm so sorry, man. Breaking news, yeah. Z wishes sickness upon fans. Somebody call the sun. Let's get the sun on the line. Somebody, please. The story's so big, I'm about to burst. We sure Sterling hasn't done anything today. I thought I saw him sneeze in his own home. I think he's endangering lives. We got nothing else to run with today. It sounds pretty good to me. Let's do it. All right. I don't want to manage friendly matches. And why do you assume that I do? I thought we pawned this off. Is this not a friendly match? This is a friendly match. And it's not making me do it. I just freaked out because I saw the fitness report. We're good. TSV St. Johann on the road and then Lask at home 5 days later. Do you think we can get to the semifinals of this Austrian FA Cup? Because I do. I think we can get there. I think we can get there. No? Easy. Did step. I agree. Everybody's like, Lask, probably not. But I say we dare to dream. There are 8 teams left that can win the Austrian FA Cup, and we are one of them. And if somebody beats Salzburg, maybe we have a small chance. You don't want to win the FA Cup. You've promised too much in bonuses. I would still like to win it. I purchased FM because of Zealand. Thank you, bro. I'm so freaking happy that you've decided to join the Football Manager community. When you play with Ben, Jack, and the Lujo? Tomorrow, probably worth mentioning. 2 p.m. New York time, 7 p.m. London time. We will kick off the season in our network save. Frazier, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. And welcome to the Hammers, my dude. Thanks for being part of an elite online gaming community. Oh, also, get in the subsection of the Discord. If I can film 3 YouTube videos today, don't worry, they're all already scripted and stuff. I just actually have to be on camera for a long time today and film 3 YouTube videos today. If I can do that, then I'll definitely be in the lounge at some point tonight, because I've already completed all of my game prep for the weekend today. Upcoming Canada, US is going to be awesome. No, it's not. I tried to sell Jason Cerna for 90 million, but he decided to stay. I just wanted to do a rebuild. They love the club too much. I don't know what to tell you. Look. I got a very important question. What the heck was I thinking? Because I was about to say something, and now it just flew away faster than Jack Grealish after somebody touches him. Like, I have no idea what I was about to say. No clue. It went through my head so fast, and then it was gone. 2 p.m., that's late? Yeah, it is pretty late. It is pretty late. Hold on. How good does it feel when you welcome new signings? I'm pleased we had the opportunity to bring these guys in, obviously. Are you hoping D'Alessandro will play a big role? He can make huge contributions. What position gets the most out of Alan Cruz? Apparently no position, because he's not been good for FC Cincinnati, but whatever. Is that where you intend to play him? That's where we plan to use him, absolutely. Andres seems to be a sort of player who will come in and instantly assume a leadership role in the squad. If he wants to lead, I certainly won't stop him. What an interesting answer. You agree this signing something of a coup for Floridsdorf to bring in Alan Cruz? He's a magnificent capture for the club. You didn't ask me one question about Bruno Piri, who was sitting next to me that whole press conference. Awkward. Long-time YouTube viewer, first-time stream watcher. Welcome in. Don't be shy, you know? It's a scary world. Twitch is terrifying. First time I came on Twitch, I was like, I got freaked out. I kept seeing symbols. I didn't know what they were. But just know you can sit here, hang out, talk Football Manager, or whatever else we happen to be playing. Just chill, you know, sit and chillaxing by the pool. Like, I think Jack Grealish is really good. That's not what I'm saying. Dude definitely just goes down easy. Maybe a little Neymar meme of him rolling through the bowling pins on Wii Bowling. Could have gone with that, too. How do I utilize Firmino in FM? He never does anything for me. Well, he's more of a false nine. You know, he's a false nine and Ganch libero wingback. So you really, you know, he... what did FNG call him? Goodness, what did Niran call him? Niran called him something hilarious. I don't care if he's an offensive ball-playing favela and Ganch mumbo-jumbo playmaker false nine. Oh, man. That's a violation. It's a violation. Firmino does a lot of things well. He does nothing incredibly well. And so he's a glue guy that can play a lot of roles in your team that you need him to play. That's how you should use him. Tom's Nero, thank you for the 5 months as part of the Hammers. My dude. I appreciate it. Thoughts on the Gerrard appointment at Villa? I think it means Steven Gerrard didn't need to leave and was in a really comfortable situation, which means if he's taken the job, he definitely sees a lot of potential in the squad. That's what it says to me. How it's going to work out? I don't know. Did I enjoy the Mikel Antonio goal last night? No. What do you expect my answer to be? It was against the United States. If he doesn't score that 34-yard banger... Wait, what is this? Oh, Bubelovic is worried that Piri's been signed to replace him. But I have a golden bullet here, and that's Manuel Holtzman, my 22-year-old backup fullback, who's apparently a god at talking people out of things. And naturally, I jinxed it. It's the first time he's failed. Bezerovic, can you talk your vice captain out of wanting to... Why is it not... Why the option's not there? Reckberger... Apparently you can talk to him. Will they not speak the same language or something? What's going on? All right, Bubelovic. Doesn't need to become a major issue. I'm just a little concerned about playing time. Dude, you're going to start. You're not the person I'm replacing. He's not coming in to take your playing time. He's coming in to take Gassman's playing time. We've had enough beans for dinner. Okay, enough. It's the first goal from outside the box for Mikel Antonio in 7 years. I don't want to hear it. Oh, come on. I don't want to hear it. Look, all I'm saying, Jamaica is going to the World Cup in 2026. Jamaica's going to the World Cup in 2026. They have Leon Bailey. They've got Bobby D. Cordova-Reed. They've got Kamar Roof. They've got Mikel Antonio. They've got an assemblage of good MLS defensive players. They're going to the World Cup in 2026. But then again, so is El Salvador. So I think it's a little too late for them here. They would need Panama to really start to choke. But still, Weah's finish was clean. Yeah, Timmy Weah scored a great goal in the first 10 minutes in Kingston. That's for sure. Is Zealand going to the World Cup in 2026? No, but you can book it. Like, book it here. You might, like, you know, take your odds here. El Salvador and Jamaica are going to the World Cup in 2026. Why, you ask? Well, good. I'll tell you. Let me get on my high horse. So, Jamaica and El Salvador are going to the World Cup for 3 different reasons. One, both of those teams are on the rise. Jamaica's getting a lot better. and so is El Salvador. El Salvador started a recruitment program within the last decade where they started looking all over CONCACAF for people that had Salvadorian roots. Canada, Mexico, the United States, other Latin countries. People that had El Salvadorian roots. And instead of just offering them call-ups to the senior team like Jamaica does, El Salvador started offering them call-ups to U17, U18, U20. And so they built this program of expat Salvadorians, and now they're like Morocco, like half their team are part of the Salvadorian diaspora. So they went from being an afterthought, a team that barely made the Gold Cup, to being a team that could make the final stage of qualifying and draw the United States in their first match, right? Like, they're actually a talented team. Jamaica has started a recruitment program as well. It's a senior team recruitment program, but they have brought in a couple of guys that were not born in Jamaica but are Jamaican. And so players like Mikel Antonio. And so those guys are coming in and making their team a lot better very fast. It used to just be like an MLS All-Star team, but now they're getting better, then better and better. And so Jamaica and El Salvador are much improved. What's the second reason? The World Cup is expanding. We're going from 32 to 48 teams for the 2026 World Cup. Nobody knows how this is going to affect what spots are divvied up, but right now CONCACAF gets 3.5. If you increase that by 33%, right? We're basically adding, we're adding 18 people. 18 teams. So that's a 30. Look, I hate math. You get it. We're not adding 18 teams. We're adding 16 teams, which is half of the original 32. Which means 33% of the entire World Cup is going to be new and added, which means that there is going to be at least one, probably two new spots for CONCACAF at the World Cup, which means we'll go from 3.5 to, I think, 5. It's a 50% increase. I didn't know the wording, right? I didn't know if you based it off like the final total or the beginning total. That's my bad. Math. But you're going to get likely 5 spots out of CONCACAF now instead of the 3.5 that we have now. So you just add 1.5 qualifying spots to CONCACAF. Third reason.
In for my first FM22 stream, up the Dolphers.
Portuguese Magnifico, thank you. Richie, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Yes, Lift Bro, thank you so much for the Prime as well.
Looking for a good first save. Bringing Legia Varsovia to Champions League seems like a good thing, right?
It's a tough first save, but you can totally do it. I believe in you, Toms. Third reason. Who's hosting the World Cup? Not 1, not 2, but the top 3 teams in CONCACAF will be hosting the World Cup. What does that mean? They all automatically qualify, which means not only does CONCACAF get 5 spots, but those spots aren't going to go to Mexico, the United States, or Canada, which means they've got to go to somebody else. Which means El Salvador and Jamaica are looking pretty freaking good. You know what I mean? The U.S. aren't top 3. Well, we're second in the standings. We hold both major trophies in CONCACAF. I see very little reason to make the argument otherwise. That's also not important because the United States not going to be there either way. Neither is Mexico or Canada, which means you have more spots than ever before for CONCACAF, combined with the fact that the best 3 teams in the continent aren't there, which means Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, El Salvador, Honduras, Costa Rica, all these teams that look like they're not going to make the World Cup this time, perk your ears up because you can totally get to the World Cup in 4 years. 5 years, technically speaking. I'll get down off my high horse, but you understand where I'm coming from here. There is a real opportunity for El Salvador, Jamaica, and a lot of these other teams, Trinidad and Tobago and Haiti are 2 teams that come to mind, for them to make the World Cup. Curacao is another excellent example of a team that has a lot of talent that almost made it to the final stage of qualifying. They lost in the home and away playoff against Panama, and it was really close. And Panama is obviously playing really well right now. They're a point off the U.S. and like 2 points off Canada at the top of the group. So Curacao would be the smallest nation to ever make it to a World Cup. They only have 145,000 people or whatever, and so that'd be really interesting. But it's going to be a free-for-all. Look, CONCACAF is going to be handing out World Cup spots like candy for the 2026 World Cup. They said Africa gets 9 and Asia gets 8. Is it actually divvied up? I probably should look this up. World Cup qualifying 2026. Format. All right, candidates and cities. Qualification slot allotment. 2 days before the council approved the slot allocation and meeting in Bahrain and includes an intercontinental playoff tournament involving 6 teams to decide the last 2 World Cup berths. That's annoying. Places before 2026, places in the finals, including hosts. Oh no. This might change things. The issue of how to allocate automatic host country qualification, given there are multiple host countries, not yet been resolved, will be decided by the FIFA Council. The United bid anticipates that all 3 host countries will be awarded automatic places. A ratification of slot allocation gives OFC a guaranteed berth in the final tournament for the first time in World Cup history. 2026 World Cup will be the first tournament which all 6 confederations have guaranteed berths. The playoff tournament consisting of 1 team per confederation and 1 additional team from the confederation of the host countries, which would be CONCACAF. So 5, I guess not OFC, but it would be UEFA, South America, CONCACAF, Africa, Asia, and then another CONCACAF team. So there'll be 2 CONCACAF teams in the playoff. Tournament's going to be played in 1 or more of the host countries. Oh, this is mad. Okay, so they haven't decided how they're going to deal with the qualifying for the host countries yet. So there could just be like 3 spots for CONCACAF. But it looks like 8 for Asia, 9 for Africa, 6 for CONCACAF, 6 for South America is stupid, and 16 for Europe is good. You got to keep upping Europe. And then Oceania, you give them 1 spot. We're going to end up with Tahiti at a World Cup at some point. And I, for one, am all here for that. I really am. And I think a 48-team World Cup is going to be better. I know that there's a lot of people that don't agree with that. I really do. When they had the 32-team World Cup, there was something like half as many countries existing in the world as there are now. You need to expand it a little bit. You need to open it up a little bit in terms of what you wanted the World Cup to be 50 years ago. It's not that anymore. It's much more exclusive than that. And so you want... yeah.
Hello.
You want to make sure teams can get in there. A 64-team World Cup is probably something that... honestly, I would be in favor of. Like, I would totally be in favor of. I think it brings a lot. What I want at the World Cup, right? The top 64 teams in the world can hang. Okay? They can. Let's look at the FIFA World. You couldn't do this in the women's game, right? Because the women's game is still kind of behind in development. And 20, 30 years from now, maybe you'll be at this level. But if you go look at, like, dude, Venezuela can hang, right? They've taken points off basically everybody in South American qualifying, right? Canada can obviously hang, and these rankings are stupid, right? But if you go down to 64, Slovenia's got Jan Oblak and Josip Ilicic. Okay, Albania just got embarrassed by England. Iceland's down here. Burkina Faso nearly knocked out Algeria. They were 1 goal away. Finland almost made the World Cup. Jamaica's got all this talent, just drew the United States. Northern Ireland just drew Italy. Mali, for some reason, has never been to a World Cup before this. The top 64 teams can hang. So if you're worried about these massive 8-9-0 score lines, you're just not going to get that except for very rarely. And I think you get a great experience for a lot more countries. Yeah, I mean, I understand you say like 64-team World Cup is too many. Qualifying would be too easy. Or like, qualifying would be too easy. 64 is too many. It would take too long. I'm honestly, it's 1 extra game. It is 1 extra game. It is harder. I think the real issue that you would have to bring up is it's harder to host. There are fewer countries that would be able to host the World Cup if you play with 64 teams. There would be fewer countries that would be able to host that. Like, seriously, there'd be fewer countries that could host. And that is an issue because you want to allow hosts to exist, like diverse hosting of the World Cup to exist. The drawing for the next round of African qualifiers, I think, is like a week from now. I don't know. Yeah, and if you want to have 4 teams in the group, then it's a 64-team World Cup. It adds 1 extra game. There's a round of 32 instead of starting in the round of 16 in the knockouts. That's it. In terms of the matches the players have to play, it's not a brutal addition of like, oh, you've got to play this one more match, right? You'll be all right. The World Cup's meant to be exclusive. Don't want more teams showing up to get 6-0'd. That's the point I'm making. Northern Ireland would show up and draw Italy. They just did. You know? Georgia would show up and beat Sweden. They just did. There's a lot of parity in the international game. And I think more countries deserve to be on that stage. If you did it relative to the number of countries that are in the world, 64 is actually the right number of, like, the right expansion. Because when they moved the World Cup to 32 teams, there were a lot less countries in the world than there are now. You know what I mean? Would it be okay to use roaming in all positions in non-league regardless of tactic? It'd be fine, but you're probably opening yourself up to a bit more stupidity than usual. Yeah, I mean, it's not like San Marino would be going to the World Cup. No offense to them, right? Gibraltar wouldn't be going to the World Cup. These other countries would be going to the World Cup. You know what I mean? You have some squad numbers to sort. We do. We have a few. So we're out a couple of injuries. We're about to play our first match of the stream. Let's get this bread, okay? Let's get it. So they're playing narrow. Are they really gonna play a 3-3-2-2? Like this sort of what is essentially England's formation with like the back 12 here. The you will not score on us no matter how hard you try, and that's all I care about sort of move. All right, Cruz is starting. Migunov is starting. Reckberger is an option. Well, I'm just going to start Alexander Migunov, and Bruno Piri is also starting. I think Rasner's probably got to stick deep. He's got good passing. We'll just have him as a dilp. We're playing off Oliveira. We're doing a good job with our pressure. And I'm going to try and hold this really high line. It's just kind of what we do. But I do want to adjust our set pieces. We're going at Christian. Yeah, no, it's actually still completely fine. And I think Bruno Piri just staying back works for me too. But I also believe that having Bruno Piri back here is just not the best way to live life. And so there's our change. Ladies and gentlemen, your Austrian FA Cup quarterfinal in the debut of 3, maybe 4 guys. Andres D'Alessandro. No, we're going to go Bruno Piri here. Migunov. It's going to get 3. Oh, wait. No, I wanted Piri to have 4. Alan Cruz, I wanted to get 5. And D'Alessandro, I'm going to go ahead and give 13. Andres D'Alessandro. It's Dallas. TARDIS Ravenclaw, thank you for the 6 months and congrats on the silver bacon. Jolson, I appreciate the Twitch Prime. Enjoy the bacon and the emotes. Toss them all over the place. My first live in FM22. What is going on? We're playing the Austrian FA Cup quarterfinal, obviously. Go out there and enjoy yourselves tonight. You know, I actually believe that we can totally win this game, and I think it would be really fun to turn out a really intense cup run. I trust you to make a difference. Go out there and make me proud. Bubelovich doesn't really care. Migunov has no idea who I am, so he's not going to react to it even if I say it. But I'm going to burn the golden bullet of team talks here. Narc, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Going up against Lask, one of the best teams in all the land. Our first competitive match since November because the winter break in Austria is really aggressive. All right, let's get after it. Let's get after it.
3 months of being a hammer. It's getting hitsy in here.
Yo, Banacker. Congrats on cooking your bacon. Thank you so much for being a part of the Hammers. What's the golden bullet? I refer to that as like, it's like the ace in the hole. You know, it's the, oh! I told you. Very nice. Got to stay well hydrated while you're celebrating a goal against Lask, please, miss. We're good. We're good. Good save by Goodelbauer. We are fine. We are fine. Oh, sorry, guys. There you go. Babalovich! Oh, no. We missed the ball. Get it out of there. Attaboy Rasner. Well, we lead against Lask. I mean, honestly, what did you expect? Like, we're playing at the Fock plots. We made Lask come to the Fock plots, and they were never... That's a tough place to play. It's a famously difficult place to play. Great work by Peary. Oh, referee! That's malicious! Ref! It's unbelievable. I can't believe... Oh, my goodness, Cruz! Oh, the set pieces are brilliant! The throw-ins open it up for Alan Cruz! And he smashed it home! Come on, lads! Oh, wait. I turned it off. My bad. Now you can hear the fans. Now you can hear the... I was like, I'm hitting the button. What are you talking about? I had it muted. It's my bad. My bad. We back, baby. It's probably weird watching a match the Fock plots with no fan noises, you know, because there's always so many fans. Good header. Good header. Alan Cruz with the goal, and the Dorfers lead by 2. I knew it. I was like, man, our team is hot. We just got a lot better. They're going to take this game lightly. They're sitting there like, oh, yes, we don't have to play a first division team in the quarterfinal. And I'm like, hold on a second, all right? Hold on there just a darn tootin' second. We're pretty good. Attaboy Babalovich, right on back to the Goots. Yeah, we're playing on the reverse side so that we don't see the pole anymore. Schmidt. That would have been the icing on the cake if he. I mean, that was from the parking lot, but away. Oh, what a save by Goodelbauer. So the other thing you need to win a match like this is your goalkeeper needs to have a good game. On this whole consistency roll, he needs to end up pretty freaking high. And it looks like that has happened. Oh, Jerry. Let's take an aggressive touch here. Or not. Attaboy. Oliveira. Oh, my goodness. All right, Schmidt. Miganov. It's where we really want Miganov to be. Right around that edge of the area. Can take a quick explosive touch and get the ball in. Peary drawing a defender. Good. Really happy with the way we're playing. These guys barely know each other's names. Oh! Oh! Jerry! Jerry! Was offside. God, that play, Cruz to Oliveira to Jerry. And then we get no shot out of that. Still great. Still great. We're going to come in very happy with the way we're playing. Keep it up, guys. This is a sign that the Dorfers are on the way. We are in the ascendancy as a club. All right, Miganov. That's all right. Play it to Cruz. Play it to Cruz. Allen! Boy, aren't we just hanging with who? Look, obviously they've probably rotated their team a little bit. I'm not going to say we're better than Lask, but we are playing at that level right now. Oh, João Oliveira. Just ran away from him. What a terrible pass by that guy. And then Jerry just decides to get out of the way. And now Bezarovic has got this whole recovery run he's got to go on. Oh, Miganov. Come on, Oleg. Alexander. Come on, just keep chasing it back and forth. Block anything. That's unfortunate. What an annoying possession. The ball just going back and forth like that. And then he just takes a rip right at the body of Gudelbauer. He just beats it away and it falls right to Goigener, who's onside because Bubelovic has been following the play to the outside. All right, that's why you score multiple goals. Oh my. I'm concerned that two of my center backs decided to leave that play, but Pooch is there. Defend with confidence. Are we on full match or something? Thank you. We'll stay up the field. We want to keep playing in their half. Oh, Mirnis. Now would be a great time for the goal of your life. It would. It would. Schmidt. Oliveira. Oh, he sees it. What a pass to Miganov. No, don't go for goal there. It's simply floated too far. Sup? Sup? Give me Reckberger on the left side here. Give me Reckberger. Give me Elias Felber. Ball winner. This is not an Andres D'Alessandro game, is it? Those are essentially the two subs that I am comfortable putting on the field right now. All right. Attaboy, Bruno. We're there again. Bubba. Really wish I had Gassman off the bench right now. He'd be a great sub for Bubelovic. Oh, is he? He's off. He's off. The flag's up on the near side. Yeah. They're both standing behind my defenders. We're fine. Take a deep breath. Just let it go, man. Just let it go. Just let it go. They're offside. Goiginger has already gotten himself one. They're offside. They're off. It's all right. You know, it's all gravy, right? It is all gravy. Honestly, I think we get rid of Oliveira. We have Mbikogu here. We've got Schmidt working from out wide as like a wide outlet. And then we bring in Andres D'Alessandro as an advanced playmaker, somebody that we can play the ball through. He also stops play. That's one of his player traits. So we're just going to do that. Give me Holtzman also, because Bezarovic is... Oh, we can't make any more subs. Great. Then don't switch my fullbacks, please. That would be nice if we could unswitch my fullbacks. Andres D'Alessandro's in. You're there. You're there. Good hands. I mean, honestly, quickly, he had Mbikogu in behind for like a Fernando Torres situation. We're going to keep the line high. We haven't been troubled by that so far, and it's something that I think is really helping us deny them. Good tackle. Good tackle by Bubelovic. Good defense. But as they get more direct, I think we are going to get troubled by that. And so I think we need to go away from this. We need to bring our lines back to standard and play that way now. Let's get that change in. Away, Bubba, you beautiful, beautiful man. Oh, here we go. Run, Jerry. Oh, my God, Jerry. The flop is that. Oh, Alan Cruz. He's a vacuum cleaner. There you go. Just hold the ball. Just hold it. Just hold the ball. We're good. Nothing to it. Lask is cooked. They're exhausted. Nothing to it, boys. Nothing to it. D'Alessandro. That's who we want. Here we go, baby! Yeah! We're going to the semifinals of the FA Cup. Let's go. We face an actual test and pass it in ridiculous flying colors. Brian Shea, thank you for the 3 months. That is part of the Hammers. I appreciate it, my dude. Congrats on cooking your bacon. Good work. Well done, guys. That's a very good win for us at home against Lask. That's 3 points against a team we hope to be playing next season. Certainly helps our chances if they're struggling, but we have to do our part, and my players always believe in themselves. Apparently they're in poor form. Magic of the Cup strikes again. What a great day for Floridsdorfer. Welcome to the Fockplots. Woo! We're all really pleased with the result and the performance. Something we knew we had in our locker, and we went out there and took care of business today. Got 2 early goals. Alan Cruz scores in his debut. And somebody just schedule me another match, you know? Okay. New Floridsdorfer boss oversees clear out. With the new head coach, no doubt to make his mark, he allowed no fewer than 14 players to leave, including the decision to offload David Sturmsek. The rise in the early part of the season established a solid platform for successful campaign. We're now We're now in 3rd. Brilliant. Bubelovic was worried about his playing time. He inspired our victory. I'm pleased we're through and we won't get ahead of ourselves. Absolutely. Were you pleased with Bruno Piri's debut? I didn't notice him, which is great for a center back. Yeah, I'm sure he'll build on it. That's it. 2 questions. We eased past Lask. We didn't even give up a lot of highlights to him. I mean, come on. That was freaking gorgeous. Fisher, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome to the Hammers, dude. Yes. Can you please inform us about shouts in this year's game? Regrettably, I haven't experimented with them as much as I probably should have. It's one of those things where I've been so determined to win too that I haven't ventured out. And he's the oldest player to ever appear for the club in his first appearance. 13 matches unbeaten. That streak is still going. We do have 5 trials that just ended, which unfortunately we forgot to check. We already know Subotic is a guy that's going to stick around, and so we'll keep these guys around for 4 more. Check them out in a couple and see if we want to offload a few of these guys and who we want to keep around just in case we want to sign somebody in our squad overhaul in the summer that I'm very excited about it, and I'm definitely already planning. Doude van der Kust. I hate how the attributes just go away. Jamal Blackburn's definitely somebody we want to keep here. Valdivia, unlikely. Blackman's drawing the attention, though. I feel like I actually knew who he was before, like as a good goalkeeper, you know? And now all of a sudden he's this guy. We ease them. Rate your player. Oh, Muddy Funsters has got a player that needs some rating. Okay, I'm on it. So Money Funsters, what you've got to do is, I mean, you may have a different name in the Discord, is go into the Rate My Wonder Kid section of the Discord. Oh, refunded for a misclick. Oh, this is awkward. Let's just, let's pretend. Let's pretend like this never happened. Okay. Here we go. Never happened. Definitely did not happen. This dude's a free agent. Why can I not offer this guy a trial? It's gonna drive me nuts. It's the option's just not there to offer him a trial. We can approach to sign him. He's interested in signing. But alas, we must scout this man instead. Oh, he's outside of our... Is it because he's outside of our scouting range? That's never been an issue for trials before. Where did he last play? China? Balling out in China. This dude actually played for Cameroon. One appearance, so not really. Played in the Liga, though, for a little while. Interesting, he doesn't have more appearances for Cameroon. He's not on trial anywhere else. No, he has no contract information or anything. He looks like a busy guy. He's scared of flying. His internet is down. He's not on trial with another club. That is obviously the first thing that we look for. I'm just gonna try another month. I think it might just be a little bit of a glitch. We've got to look at Galicios, though. We have not approved this guy for long-term trial yet. Guy has his phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm hurt by that. Not gonna lie. I'm a Do Not Disturb guy. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I can't really blame somebody else for having that. This guy's a 35-year-old fullback who's already pretty unathletic. I think I'm just gonna let that ship sail. Cremonesi and Karami are two more people that we need to approve for long-term trial at the club. COVID restrictions, you can't travel from China to Europe. I really hope it's not that realistic, because my likelihood is he's not in China anymore if he's not playing in China. All right, Jan Gassman, very happy that you're back, my dude. Very happy. Let's just get working on a little ball control. If you've got the free time, if you've got the free time, just a little ball control. Daniel Subotic, you're sticking around. And we have another friendly because the league actually doesn't kick off after the winter break until the 18th, which just feels excessive to me. Just sign him. We have negative money right now. Actually, that's not even a joke. We have negative money. Did you qualify? I missed the stream. Well, we did get the semifinals of the FA Cup. So we're massive club. We are a massive club. It's huge. We're basically West Ham. And we could only dream. Oh, at least we've got a super easy run-in the league. Just kidding. We're really going to find out if we mean business for this qualification. We are going to figure that out now. We're going to figure it out right now. There are no other, you can't just... We play St. Pölten, Grazer, Horn, Lafnitz. Horn is 10th, but Lafnitz is second, Grazer is first. Those are the two teams ahead of us, and that's the last time we play them. We lost to Lafnitz and we lost to Grazer. Those are our only two losses this season. Then we play St. Pölten, who we drew in our opening match of the campaign. St. Pölten was the betting favorite in the league at the start of the season. If we can win if we win 2 of these 3 matches, we're flying towards the top here. Really, Amstetten and Dornbirn are the only two teams that are even remotely keeping pace with us, and we'll have to play them over the course of the last, 10 matches. We'll have 8 matches against guys that just aren't, or teams that just aren't quite as good. Kremenets is a center back. He is 33. Berlin Athletic, I think we've signed a better guy at this point. And so, Michel, you are gone. Khalid Karami, dual-sided fullback. Always intriguing. But I think the other guy signed a deal, and so we're gonna go ahead and hang on to you. Deco Japtong is actually improving while on trial, so mad shout out to Deco Japtong. He's also cheap, and so I feel like keeping him around is not a bad idea. Those two goalkeepers are going to get their trials. Karami and Japchong are going to hold their spots, and our match against St. Pölten to kick off the second half of the season. Not even, because we have played one match the second half of the season already. Will be underway. Now, I want full starters against Admira Juniors. We need to get familiarity up with everybody. You got 500k after 9 games when 12 Austrian players played, correct? No idea where that money came from. We didn't get any information about how to replicate it. It was a bit of a melon. And then it's not something that we can really react on, because I don't know what the threshold is for how many Austrian players we should have, except for 12 of 17 in the match playing squad. How many teams get promoted? One team. There is one team that gets promoted. A singular team goes up to the top flight. Oh, it's semi-final draw day. Tyrol made it through, right, because they played a second division team. All right, Rapid Vienna and Salzburg need to play each other, and I need to play this team called Tyrol. And then I have a shot to get to the final and then play in the FA Cup final in Austria. That makes it possible. If I play WSG Tyrol in the semifinal, it's possible.
Greetings, you beauty.
Shagasov, thank you so much for the 8 months as part of the Hammers. I appreciate you working that silver bacon, working your way towards a Twitch child. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Austrian draw for the FA Cup semi-finals. The first team out of the pot is Salzburg, ladies and gentlemen, the terrifying, dominant force of Austrian football. Salzburg is the first team on the board, and we really hope they play Rapid Vienna, our senior affiliate Rapid Vienna. That would be lovely. We want them to play Rapid Vienna more than anything in the world. We want them to play Rapid Vienna, please. Please, I'm begging you. We want them to play Rapid Vienna. I am begging you. Please. Please play Rapid Vienna. 3, 2. Yes! We get to slay the Giants now, and we get to do it on the road. Couldn't have picked a better way. Nice. Great. Love it. So that actually enters the schedule pretty soon. They just bumped the Horn match down, so we play Horn like 3 days after Salzburg. Alrighty, that's great. Love that for us. I really do. So excited to play Salzburg. You know, I've always looked up to their program. It's a nice opportunity for us to test our mettle. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Okay. Salzburg in the FA Cup semifinals. I believe we will be playing that match today. Lovely news. Really looking forward to that. Oh, gotta go. See you later. It's been real. Looking forward to the Zealand live vid. Yes, the first vid for the Dorfers came out on the live channel today, and so we are back on that daily schedule there. It's scheduling really bad in the summer leagues later on in the game. I mean, I don't know. I haven't simulated the full game database super far into the future yet to essentially look for any of those sorts of issues. So I don't know. It could be. And that's the sort of thing where I would recommend going to the forums, because it's one of those issues that if it is actually a problem, it won't light up so many people that it'll like light up the board at SI, but there will be somebody else posting on the forums about it. Like, hey, did this weird thing happen to you? Or maybe the Reddit as well. You go in there, you're just like, hey, this something happened and I don't think it was right. And who was what level is Admiral Junior's at? They're a semi-professional team. Great, we blew them out 3-2. Absolutely dominated them 3-2. Some would say we embarrassed them 3-2. What a performance on the road by the boys. Yeah, it is just one leg. We play on the road against Salzburg. Brendan Aronson and company at Salzburg. And Kareem Adeyemi and a bunch of other guys that are going to be worth a ton of money in 2 to 3 years. It's going to be fantastic. Did you enjoy Mikel Antonio's goal last night? No. He scored it against us. I did not. The video with the teams qualified for the World Cup? I will, yeah. I'm literally filming that today. The qualifying session is done. We have no more qualifying until January. Oh, somebody mentioned this, by the way. Are you excited for Canada and the United States? No. We have a road game against Canada in January. I'm not excited for that. They're gonna stick us in Saskatoon. Who do you think's the dark horse in the World Cup? Freaking Canada! They've scored more goals in 2021 than any other national team. They're the only team in CONCACAF that hasn't lost. Mexico just lost consecutive matches, and even though we just beat Mexico, we drew on the road against Jamaica. I know, well, I love it. There's a difference between, like, I love it, but I don't want my team to have to play in it. I don't think it's unfair that Canada's doing that. I just think it's a tough road game. It's like going to the Azteca. You're playing at 8,000 feet above sea level. It's a tough road game just because of the environment. You go to Costa Rica, they're throwing eggs at the bus. It's a tough road game. Right? You go to Jamaica and they give one person in the crowd a freaking vuvuzela and you can't even watch the game on TV. It's so annoying. That's probably why we drew. Jamaica is not like super opened up yet. They only had 5,000 people at the game, which is a shame. You always love to see a bumper crowd, but it was pretty spread out. But I'll be darned if they didn't give everybody in there a freaking horn. Every time Jamaica would do something good, it would get louder. The whole game. And you're just like, oh my, I can't show you a clip because of DMCA stuff, but it was, just look up like Mikel Antonio's goal and you'll hear the horns. It's not really an advantage against the US. I mean, it is. All of Canada is cold, right? Weston McKinney is from Texas. It's not cold. It's not Canada cold in Texas, right? Like, oh. They weren't, I don't think they were actually vuvuzelas. They were definitely like some sort of horn. They were using some sort of horn as like their way to celebrate, and I was losing my mind. Individual training, free kick taking for individual training, no. Should be put on penalties. Add as taker, yes. Should be put on free kicks. Schedule that after the meeting and put on corners, of course. Should be put on corners as one of our better options, of course. No longer a weakness in his game. He's literally 8, 8, and 10 at it. I have no idea what you're talking about. Knock the ball past opponents for Slobodan Mihajlovic. Gassman to knock the ball past opponents. He has 5 dribbling. That makes sense, man. What Holtzman to knock the ball past opponents? I'm sure he can't dribble. I don't even need to look at it. So it's all just free kick information on D'Alessandro so that when he's in the game, he's over every dead ball. Stop positional training. Good. Babelovic. You could run down his contract. He's 30 years old. We're not really going to get a lot from selling him. Certainly wouldn't get enough to justify him not being on the team, and we're also not in a transfer window, and so thanks for that fortnightly staff recommendation. That's why I hate Fortnite. That's why I hate Fortnite.
Take my money, you handsome devil. Also, my players are getting super low training scores. Why? No moral problems and good facilities. I can't figure it out.
You're getting low training ratings, no morale problems, good facilities, good staff. Injuries also affect that sort of thing. Got to adjust our takers. D'Alessandro, Cruz, very importantly, can take a good corner, which means Slobodan Mihajlovic and Mirnas Bezarovic are not going to be relied on for delivery. Unless it's DiGiorno. I honestly don't know what could be contributing to your training issues then. Like, I really, I don't. I wish I did. Oh. Should be Mirnas Bezarovic. And then Alan Cruz. And then Bruno Piri. We have 4 not awful kick takers. Taking the deep one, I think we go with D'Alessandro. We don't have Bezarovic take it on the left. We don't want Alan Cruz to go back, so we'll have Bruno Piri take the deep ball. Bezarovic will take it on the right side if it's there. That's just indirect deep. We don't have anybody for throw-ins. Penalties, I think, was already settled. We've added all that. Praise recent form. Your form's been good recently. Let's go! Great staff meeting. I mean, it could be player personality, but what I am noticing, though, is we're also in really good form and have no real morale problems, and our training's still not going great either. So I think what they might have changed is, you know how in previous games your training, if things were going great, your training was always great. I feel like they might have brought that down a little bit, honestly. I feel like it could be something that has nothing to do with you. Yeah, that is the D'Alessandro that played for Portsmouth. Could be your training intensity. It's worth experimenting with. Trying to make your training a little more intense to see if the rating goes up. Then depends even more on players' personality and that sort of thing. Luke Ernest, though, thank you for the 3 months as part of the Hammers, my dude. And Salta Gambas, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thanks for spending $5 of Jeff Bezos money. Enjoy the bacon. Throw those emotes around and make sure you get in the subsection of the Discord. Thank you to everybody that has the bacon next to their name for allowing us to hire 72 editors and do a bunch of cool things. Like make a skin. See, you're looking good today. Thanks, man. I didn't even shower. Appreciate it. See you later, Ollie. Saw a massive jump in ratings, so I went from superb to state of the art, like getting 8s from top performers to 10 every week for the best 3. Interesting. 72 editors is still only 1 Dwarf VOD. That was actually more of a holdup around the thumbnails. We were just trying to get the thumbnail situation set up to the liking. And I believe we have done that now, so. Okay, good looking dwarf thumbnails. Also, did you see the name? Did you see? Because somebody noticed this. Somebody had to notice this. Somebody had to notice this. What is the name of the playlist? The name of our Florensdorfer playlist. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll be here all week. Be here all week. It says dwarfs are natural sprinters. Just came to me. Stroke of inspiration. Very dangerous over short distances. It's a line from Lord of the Rings. If you remember Gimli, the dwarf in Lord of the Rings, they're running a very long distance, and he's like, you know, we dwarves aren't built for cross country. Dwarves are natural sprinters. Very dangerous over short distances. He's like saying that while he's huffing and puffing across the plain. So the save has officially been dubbed Dwarfs are Natural Sprinters. And we are sprinting through the FA Cup, I will say. Deco Japchong, welcome back, dude. Long time no see. What's up? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Absolutely. I think we should remake every movie that's ever had a prominent dwarf in it. Every Lord of the Rings. Maybe just The Hobbits to be safe. The entirety of Game of Thrones. I'm talking mystical. And Tyrion Lannister, my favorite freaking character from that show. What a beast. Fun fact, he appeared in more episodes of Game of Thrones than anybody else. But something else that I loved about Game of Thrones, not getting into a quarrel about how it ended, but there is no character. I'd name another show that could do this. And this is part of the reason why I fell in love with it in the first place. There is no character in the show that appeared in every episode. Not a single character in the show appeared in every episode. In fact, every character missed multiple episodes. And that being said, I'm sure there are shows that have that, but it's the reason that I loved it. We weren't just invested in like one person. I'm pretty sure The 100 had that. Okay, The 100, it could be a great show. The 100, that it's this thing, it keeps getting recommended to me because apparently I love like teen looking dramas on Netflix. Don't judge me. When is this? Oh, this early March. We play St. Polton again? What? Why did it get rescheduled? Oh my god. Oh. It got rescheduled for heavy snow at the Fock plots. Now I've got to play like Salzburg Horn. I have played St. Polten and Lafnitz within 3 days of each other. We're going to have to rotate the team against freaking Horn on the road. Or else we're not going to be able to play a full first team for these two games. That is just brutal. What an awful twist of fate we've just received. Snow wipes the game out, and now we've got ridiculous fixture congestion all around us. After a 3-month winter break. Couldn't we have just found a day there wasn't snow and gone out there and just played? Man. Sorry, I was talking about The 100. The trailer for the show The 100 makes it look like the worst show I've ever seen. It could actually be good. I don't know. I've never watched it. The trailer makes it look like it is the worst show that's ever existed. Why don't you do training? I add stuff to training. Rotate for the cup, focus on the league. Even the issue is that even if we do that, we can't play our full starting lineup in 3 matches in a week. You know what I mean? It's not like we can just rest in the cup and then play it all of a sudden because we rested in that game. We're going to be able to play 3 cup matches in a week with our full starting lineup. That's not how it works, unfortunately. Like, we just can't. That won't work. And so we've got to find a way to rotate and win at Horn before we go play St. Pölten and Lafnitz. Hey, what's up, Vinny? What do you think of Hakeem Mastour, an FM free agent, quite cheap to get? Then he's probably very useful. I don't really know who he is, though, unfortunately. Where'd you get those logos? Just downloaded a... Actually, this is my logo pack from last year. I literally just moved it over. Probably download a new one at some point. Does the fog plots have undersoil heating? Clearly it does not. This first game of the league stream, the first league match of the stream, it never actually comes. I know. Hey, look, we delivered a win in the FA Cup. And that's what really matters. And then we play 1 league match and then we play against Salzburg in the FA Cup semifinals. Because of snow. If this game gets snowed out too and they reschedule it right next to all those other games, I'm going to lose it. Because we have such a difficult run in the schedule right here that I need to play this Grazer match in complete isolation. And right now we are. We've got 2 weeks before and then a week after. So this Grazer match is isolated. We're going to have a team that is very fit and ready to play. And is going to spend some time training together for a couple of weeks to familiarize themselves. What leagues do you have loaded? Every league, basically, except for Malaysia and Indonesia and that sort of thing. Really should just turn this off. I've just been lazy and not turned it off. Hiring and firing of U18 staff. Hire and firing of our amateur club staff. Just let Peter handle who gets coaching badges. I don't really care, boss. Kavanda and Buric, we have to check these trialists. Three hours of streaming, 1 game played, 46 rescheduled games. No, we're playing Grazer. There's no way it can snow again. It never snows in Austria. Whoa, this dude's good. This is the type of dude that we would definitely want to bring in. Bubba Lovich just tweaked his calf. This is not the time, Bubba. It's not the time. It's never the time, really, but this is definitely not the time. Yasmin Buric. Tell me another goalkeeper we like better. Jamal Blackman. Yeah, get out of here. Beat it, Jamal. Jasmine. No, Jamal, stay. I misspoke. Sorry, I cut the wrong guy. I did it on accident. I didn't mean it. Luis Pedro Cavanda, you're also gone. And while we're at it, let's just take a look at Andre Moritz, who at 35 is apparently really working on his game while he's on trial. Huge shout out to Moritz. He'll stay. The veteran presence in the midfield, determined to improve. What a great influence on the kids. Cool. Cool. Grazer at home, Salzburg away. We rotate heavy against Horn. We do absolutely no training for basically a week. We're just all recovery and resting so that we can get through this stretch of matches with a team that is capable and fit. I didn't actually remove him from my short list, as I will demonstrate. I just looked at it. See, he's still here. I just went to see what short list he was on, and I just went to, you know, if you say remove, we can see what short lists he's on. I appreciate you looking out for me, P-Bub. I do. You're looking out for me. You're making sure that we have the best players that we possibly can. So that's all that matters. Oh my goodness, a league match. Did it snow today? Are we having another match canceled due to snow? Can we build a dome when we build ourselves a new stadium, please? I would love a dome. That would be great. Bubelovich is fit and ready to go, along with the rest of the team, I would hope. Alrighty. Let's take a look at our side. We are definitely going to step this up to positive playing in this match, and I do not believe that narrow is the right choice here. But I do believe is if they come out in this formation, we are going to need to really go hard after Guido Vidala, because his whole job is to hold the ball up, and we're just going to need to batter him. We are going to need to batter him. I might even move Pooch into the to one side and put Bubelovich in the middle just so that we can really hit him as hard as humanly possible. All right, we're not lacking match sharpness in the first team, but we're really lacking it on the bench. That does hurt. Ungar and Felber. All right, we've got our full first team. This is our full first team. On the field, on the bench, this is the best team we can put on the field. Thank you to the FM gods for making sure this was possible. And our set pieces are set up. So are you guys freaking ready to play the #1 team in the league? Because I am. In a match that could do wonders for our promotion campaign if we are able to win it. Incredibly well rested because of a cancellation last week. We lost this team 3-0 the last time we played them. We're looking for revenge against Grazer. Go out there and put on a worthy display. It's been a really long time since our last match, so hopefully I can trust you to make a difference, and everybody's fired up by that fact. So let's do it. Let's freaking do it, baby. Don't you mean they're ready to play the #1 team? The Dorfers? Absolutely. Well, it's only raining. I'm sure it's nice and warm. We'll just ignore that. We're at the Fockplots, and so you got to back us to do well, right? We're playing at the Fockplots. I think that's the silver lining, is a lot of these tough games we're getting are at home. We played these teams on the road before. Oliveira, feel like that was a pretty bad jump. No expert. That was definitely a pretty bad jump. Where's opposition? They did come out in the 4-5-1. Interesting. Looks like they're a little scared of what we can do offensively. Looks like they're a little scared. Bring it down. There's that Brazilian quality. Oh my goodness. Jerry and Bakogu. Got blocked. Very weird optical illusion there. I thought he tried to chip in far post. All right, Alan Cruz. Let's play it back to Cruz. Or Besarovic can carry it. I like that. Now back to Cruz. Nice. Bubelovich. Prefer for him to just draw a defender and drop it to Cruz in the channel, but if he really feels like he can hit that shot, attaboy, Pooch. As long as we win that first header, they won't be attacking from that first ball. Good save. Oh my goodness. It wasn't a good save. It was just not. I don't even know what happened there. Was it his feet? Did he parry it and then hit it with his feet? I don't even know. It's a really bad time for the Goots to have a bad moment, because he's been so good for us for a while. But you know, that hurt. That hurts a little bit, but hey, I like the way we've started this game. Oh, Anthony Schmid. Let's go! Right back! Right back! Bring it right back. We don't blink. We bring the heat. Anthony Schmid. João Oliveira. Lovely ball. Schmid takes it early. Keeper's caught in a half space in no man's land. Neither here nor there, and Schmid tucks it to bed. Happy we got him on a new contract. What a little goal by Anthony Schmid. Well, it's a great way to respond. Well, let's keep earning it. Let's earn it every minute. Every moment of every day. Oh my. There you go, Gudelbauer. That was a really good shot. That shot was really good. Boy, Oliveira. Keep defending those set pieces. Done a good job that all season long. That's an open header. Fortunately, the angle's good. And Gudelbauer's got his head back on his shoulders. Very important. Oh, Jerry. Schmid with a head of steam. Anthony Schmid. That's all right. Why are we lofting that ball? Just hit it to him on the ground. You're not going to pass him out like ahead of that position. There you go. Use your extra center back. We can get one-on-one on these wings anytime we want it. Play it to Besarovic. Nice first touch.
How close Floridsdorfer to F-word?
Put the belt on! Put the freaking belt on! I just shaved my head. So they start calling me Pep. We're spending $1 billion next year. That's our plan. That was gorgeous. What a well-worked goal, and then Oliveira just hammers a straight ball into the back of the net. Nah, just kidding. You don't want to see me bald. I think I'd look like a Martian. Besarovic. All that passing. We get Besarovic in. Mbikogu draws the defender enough. Besarovic finds Oliveira. Runs across the face of the defense. Oh, give me another one. Give me another one right now. Bubelovic. Oh, he saved it. He met him at the high point. Alan Cruz again. What? Thank goodness. I was worried he was about to get a red for some sort of elbow or something, and I was going to be so livid. We have come back from a goalkeeper error here. And, oh, Miganov. Oh, Miganov. Schmid. Oh, either the own goal or that ball gets through, and it's just tapped in. Oh, my goodness. I really think our shape does a good job of kind of picking them apart. Those triangles with the midfielders on the outside are just really, really valuable to what we do. Like this triangle and then that triangle is just opening them up. Because we can get 3 players there and they only get 2. And then we use Miganov and Besarovic to make their lives miserable. Attaboy Mbikogu. It's great pressing forward work. He's all the way over here guarding the left back right now. Yes, Gudelbauer! He's making up for it. I'll tell you, we just made a serious mistake. We got passed open, and he just made up for it with a big, solid save.
Let's go.
That's big save right before the half to keep it 2-1. That was a big save. That was the first time they've really been able to play through us the whole game. We've created loads. The scoreboard reflects that. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Helvetza, thank you so much for the 4 months as part of the Hammers. Thanks for the Prime. My dude, thanks for being a part of an elite online gaming community. Yes, they do have a guy named Nuts. I believe his name is Timothy Nuts, and I'm pretty sure he scored against us the first time we played him. He's on our transfer list. Man, this result would be huge. We have to micromanage the bejesus out of this game to make sure that we can win this. Flick on. Oh, Schmid, go quickly. Now they've kind of boxed out Mbikogu. Once the fullback comes in and closes the channel, then you can't play that ball anymore. But if it's still open, that area is very vulnerable for it falls to Schmid, then you hit the ball here. We are on fairly direct. I mean, it's something he should be looking to do if he sees it open. Nice, quick pass. Oh, continue the run, Cruz, keep running. Actually, Jerry just took the spot instead. Oh! Exactly what I would have asked him to do. Get that ball and hit it super hard at the near posts. Good save. Cruz again. Bring it. Near side. All the way to the wing. Play the freaking fullback. Why? Miganov is in his own area code on the near side. Pass him the ball. You have all day, we'd have all three forwards in the box. Oh, it'd be a dream situation. How we doing fitness-wise? We're feeling good. Cruz is the lowest right now. Oliveira's getting a little tired, but honestly, 70 minutes, the team feels fantastic. That 14-day rest was nice. Piri. Oh, what a ball. What a lovely play by a center back. Bubalovic. That's right, we're there. Good boy, Piri. Already cohesive with the team enough to know where he needs to be there. He made a mistake! Oliveira! I think we should use the fact that we have really fresh legs. I can't imagine they do too. I cannot imagine. Yeah, their legs are not as heavy as I would have hoped, but they're definitely heavier. Yeah, like Cruz is tired now. Oliveira's tired now. Come on, Cruz. Man, what I would do for that insurance goal, Bubba. The things I would do for that insurance goal. 85th minute, I've got my substitution figured out. Bring in Unger. Hey. You've given me a really good game, Oliveira. Give me Unger. It's a ball winner. Give me double box to box in front of that. With Mbikogu in the middle. Actually, give me a mid-solid just so the Cruz ends up in a wider position. We're actually going to have Rasner do that. And we'll give it to another good tackler. I think we're going to drop Miganov for Reckberger just to get fresh legs in there defensively. Bezarovic is still going to have a lot to cover, but we'll bring Reckberger further back. We'll put Schmidt on support. And I guess Felber in for that Metsala roll so that he can cover that area. Turn up the time wasting. Definitely lower the tempo. We're going to keep the lines high. Make sure our opposition instructions are still intact. There we go. Changes in. Oh, wait. I'm not going to give this up on a freaking corner. Oh, yeah. Inject it into my veins. Dang it, Jerry! Anyways, let's get it. Oh, come on, Jerry, ref! Oh, red! That's a red! Nothing? That's right. We just beat the top team in the league at the Fog Plots, and we're 1 point out of promotion. That's right. We lost to this team 3-0 really early in the year, and that's how much better we've gotten. 3-1 by a freaking mile. 3-1. Yes, that win was kind of a big deal. That one was kind of... How are your chakras feeling, chat? How are your chakras feeling? Honest opinion. Chakra check. How do they feel? Cleansed. They feel cleansed. We have cleansed your chakras. We have a match in hand. We officially control our own destiny with a match in hand at the top of the league. And we play Lofnitz in like a week and a half. And then we play St. Putin after that, who is right around in that conversation. Oh, baby. Little hydrate. All right. Cleansed, aligned. I feel ready for war. I'm not going to lie. If I'm ever in a foxhole, that's what I'm listening to. I'm gonna get myself absolutely jacked up. Cat jamming to Freelancer. That's what I'm doing. chakras are pumping pure adrenaline. You love it. Honky Tonky Joe, thank you for the prime. Tomsky, thank you so much for the prime. Enjoy being able to use the C and Jam emote. Thanks for throwing down that money from Jeff Bezos. You know, you didn't even have to use your own money. Just toss down Jeffy B's money. And your life is good. And now we play Salzburg. Easy. 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 So easy, right? I mean, so easy. 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 We go out there, we play our game. No problem. Clear chakras, full hearts, can't lose. Clear chakras and full hearts, you can't lose. Zetha, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome to the Hammers. I need to just play a really precise game here. We're going to have a fine cutting edge against Salzburg. We'll get one or two chances. We got to put them away. We could also have a moment of brilliance, a long shot or something. Let's make sure the fire alarm wasn't going off. It's a truck backing down the street. What is your vacation destination going to be? Oh, I'm going home for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm going home to see Mom Bot. You know, be in Florida where it's not cold. Maybe go to the beach. Relive my childhood. Eat a lot of food and then come back. When's the next 20 good minutes coming out? We're going to record it tomorrow if Ben is available. We will record it tomorrow. You heard it here first. We'll record the next 20 good minutes tomorrow. When Ben is available. Anytime tomorrow, man. Your earliest and latest convenience. Awesome. Sure, he's in. Let's do it. Latest episode of the Zealand podcast dropped this morning. If you're trying to scratch that podcast itch, the latest episode of the Zealand podcast dropped this morning. Just so you know. If you win the FA Cup, do you get Europe? Honestly, I think we do. We would be in Europe if we won the FA Cup. Favorite MomBot dish? My mom is Italian. Not born in Italy. When you're from the United States and you say your parents are Italian, we're talking their grandparents were Italian. But she has a family recipe for pasta sauce. And when I tell you that stuff slaps my potatoes, I mean it. That stuff slaps my potatoes. Yeah, my great-great-grandfather was Al Capone's lawyer. That is actually not. That sounds like something I would say as a joke. That's actually true. That is actually a true statement. So they're fairly Italian. Fairly Italian. You must be the first Italian in New York City. Well, I'm also Scots-Irish on my dad's side. And so I'm basically just white as hell. In case you wanted any clarification. How many subs for MomBot? MomBot's not sharing that recipe. It's passed down from one to the next on a little piece of broken paper. It's been recorded, so if the ink fades off the paper finally or too much sauce gets on it, they still know what it says, but... And that's why you look like Fabrizio. Yes, we're probably related way back. Yep. Honestly, I always thought my name, when said in an Irish accent or a Scottish accent, sounds very from there. Zealand Colby Shannon. The Italian didn't make its way into my name. And what, 12 topics left? Being American's cool because the vast majority of people in the United States whatever they actually look like will have a lot of diverse backgrounds. Like one of my best friends from kindergarten, she's like black, and but she did the test. She's actually 20% Welsh, and we were kind of sitting there like, it was really cool. Her number 1%, like her number one, like homeland, I guess you could say. Like the top percentage of country that she's from is Wales. And like her parents are from Puerto Rico, and one of them's from Puerto Rico. The other one's from Bermuda, which I guess is where the Wales comes from. McShannon. There, you fixed it. It's actually the Shannon house was in the McDonald house in Scotland. This is on the list of things I know for no particular reason. But the Shannon house was inside of the McDonald clan in Scotland. So, you know, we were a small fish in a big pond, I think. Hey, let me find, hold on. I've got a picture that helps when you talk about like your history and, oh, my great grandfather did this, my great grandfather did that. Like there's a very, if you go back to your, okay, so if you go back to your fourth great grandparents, right? So you have like your great grandparents, you have 8 of those. Right, I pulled it up on my phone. These are the sorts of things I see in screenshot. If you go back to your second great grandparents, so your great great grandparents, there are 16 people there. If you go back to your fourth, there are 64 people there. This is like 200 years ago. 64 people that you're related to. Just the, like, direct. And I'm not talking cousins. I'm not, like, uncles, aunts from 200 years ago. 64. And it obviously keeps multiplying. If you go 2 more generations back. 2 more generations. Talking 17 to 1800s, 2 more generations is maybe what, 50 years? That's a little gratuitous. 256. 256 people. You go 2 more generations off that, you're talking about over 1,000. Over 1,000 people. Yeah, it just multiplies by powers of 2, obviously, but you never think about that. If you go back, like, if you were born today from 12 previous generations, you need a total of over 4,000 direct ancestors over the last 300 years. Or 300 to 400 years, based off of, you know, how quick the turnover was in your family. You have over 4,000 direct ancestors in the last 300 to 400 years. So it's pretty crazy how that stuff gets, like, mixed up pretty quickly. And that's where the United States, like a lot of, like, my friend that I was talking about, myself, descended from a lot of different places. I know in most parts of the world, it's not quite that. There are some other countries, though, where it is kind of like that now. Kind of like the United States. Because obviously the United States is kind of this melting pot floating in the opposite side of the ocean, right? The Native Americans didn't really get an opportunity to be a part of that. That was a disaster. That's why I'm so fascinated by New Zealand, because even though it wasn't like a smooth transition, the Maori are still very prevalent and very relevant in the culture. Their language is half of the anthem. Well, in the United States, Native Americans are very, very, very small portion of the population, less than 1%. You really don't, because there's so much incest. As much as I'd love to entertain that conversation, ignoring the Habsburgs, we're talking direct. These aren't, right, like brothers and sisters. These are the parents of your parents of your parents of your parents of your parent. Like, this is a straight line up. So even if your brother marries your sister, they both, like, you can't lessen that by too much. And that's the only situation I think that would kind of lessen that. Cousins could tie that together a little bit. Honestly, I'm not a geneticist, and I don't really care enough to figure it out. It's a lot of freaking people, and it is more than you thought. It's more than I thought. And honestly, if you'd asked me to figure it out, I would have been like, oh, wow, you're right. That is a lot of people. You just never think about it that way. That if you go back 300, 350 years, you're talking about, fine, 3,000 people. Josh Baker, thank you so much. The Twitch Prime. Captain Krieger with the Prime. Barai Guy to God, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Welcome all to the Hammers. And Emu with the gifted sub. I see you out there, my dude. Our finances are okay. They could be a lot better if we go on and we win this. Moritz tries killer ball. He's 35. This dude is 35 years old, and not only is he improving at everything except for his physicals, he just added a trait to his game. Old dog, new tricks. And old dog, new tricks. Will this help San Marino with future qualification? I don't think San Marino's ever going to qualify for anything. I struggle with absolutes in sport, but I am pretty comfortable saying that. I don't think San Marino is ever going to qualify for anything unless they decide to hold a tournament like they do in Asia for the smaller countries to play in. And then they will make it because they have no other option but to make it and go. Saeed Iambe, not interested. It's match day against RB Salzburg. We've made it to the semifinals. Zealand, you're the GOAT. Chauffeuron, I appreciate it. That's rude. I mean, I just don't see the possibility. Alan Fishhead, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, and welcome to the Hammers, PJ. Appreciate the bits as well, dude. Enjoy the bacon. Enjoy the emotes. Throw them around with reckless abandon. Who would win, Malta or San Marino? Malta's, I think, significantly better than San Marino. They're finally adding VAR for the final portion of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. Good, because Canada got a penalty against Mexico that was not called. And it was bothering me incessantly last night. Because I'm sitting here like, how backwards are we as a federation? To be fair, CONCACAF is an edgy, backwards federation. Oh my God, they have Ezekiel Barco. It really just hit home to me what type of team we're playing against.
Papi, I'm about to...
That's not good. Oh my God, they have Benjamin Sesko and Kareem Adeyemi. You might have seen in the video that came out today. And Brendan Aronson. All right, there's a good young American player. I don't know who this guy is. I'm assuming he's good. Yep, 20 years old and Austrian. Good. Their attack is significant. It is significant. I'm going to drop Rasner for Unger and play him here as a ball winner. Because if we do not have somebody that is in this position... Can Rasner do that? Yeah, we'll just play with Rasner. If we do not have somebody that's in that position to obstruct what they're trying to do, we are not going to make anything happen in this game. We'll stay further up the field, play our direct game, try and get Schmidt, Oliveira, and Mbakogo into a good position. Our wingbacks are going to try and open up plays. We are also going to get narrow. We are going to stay narrow for all that's good and holy. We have to stay narrow. And we're playing a little offside trap because I don't want to back up and let them siege us, but I also am very aware of the fact that they will totally pass their way through us if we don't try and trap them, and maybe that can save us from those couple of opportunities where they'd score something. All right, the FA Cup semifinal. Here we go. Actually, I don't want to do that. They're too good at dribbling. I don't want to get stuck in. I don't know. We'll just throw ourselves out of the way. Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. Let's do it. At Salzburg. We get a piece of these gate receipts, I hope. And we're also going to get a piece of them. Am I right? Come on, we already beat Lask. Lask is a good team. We're in great form. We're unbeaten for 14 straight matches. And we're playing a style, I think, that actually gives us an opportunity to win. And maybe that's almost foolhardy. Oh boy, Goodelbauer. Oh boy. Oh boy, Goodelbauer. Execute game plan. Pass the ball into space behind the defense or off the head of João Oliveira. Why is the ball in the back of the net? Okay, Goodelbauer, you've got to be able to save this. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Get up, get up, get up. Shoot it. Awesome. Awesome. Where's Jerry? Use your fullback. You can't run away from these guys, Jerry. They're actually athletic. Oh, Goodelbauer's there. Nice punch. Schmidt. Perfectly fine. Good hustle from Mbakogu. The team is ready to compete. God, Seshko is so tall. That's a bit of an issue. He's off! I knew it the whole time! Offside! Always. He actually was really offside at the moment the ball was hit. Flagrant. Come on, ref. I'm trying to play a clean game here. This is good. This is good. Force them into these weird long free kicks. We're a pretty good aerial team. Well, Jerry didn't seem to know where the ball was. And neither did João Oliveira. That looked a little onside to me. Goots, nice save. Good work from Bubelovic. Good work from Bubelovic to cut the good angles off. No easy shot. Oh, here we go. We're up the field. Sadness. Piri! Nice play. Alexander. Anthony Schmidt. Oliveira. I mean, hey, we got a shot on target. We're here. We're competing. Oh boy, Bubelovic. See, we're good in the air. I would just go backwards, honestly. Drag Mbakogu out wide. Well, let's get Oliveira into the box and see what happens. Allen. Oh, Jerry! Ooh. Ooh, spicy. Yeah, they're doing a real number, drawing our central defender forward. I think what we need to do is we actually need to leave the wide center back format and actually play with three center backs, because these guys are too wide to cover for we already are playing narrow to try and take that away, so these guys are still too wide to cover for Pooch getting dragged ahead. Now, a couple of big saves in the opening 15 minutes to provide the belief from Goodelbauer. Definitely massive saves. They got Pooch.
So you do a save in my home country and I sub. That's life, I guess.
Bezarovic. Thank you, Pooch. That was a bold header. Alan Cruz. Oh my. Are we actually good enough to make that kind of pass? Well, Tospecki. Hey, give it this the 15 months. It's been quite the journey. I didn't know you were from Austria, though. Awesome. Good work, boys. Yeah, we're just trying to stop those guys from getting inside our center backs here, and it's just no matter what we do, it's just not working. I just want to force those guys to go around. I want to force them to go around, okay? And we're not doing that. I want to force them to go around the 3 center backs. Like, Bubble, you just can't. I wish I could tell them that. There's no way for me to actually tell them that in the game. I'm trying to replicate it with we play narrow. Now we're changing their role, right? I just want them to cut off the inside move. If they go around you, they go around you. But make them get around the block. Don't let them keep making that run, because that's the run. That's the only thing that's opened the game up for them, is they draw the 2 defenders and then they hit Adeyemi, run it. Now that is like, you just have to live with that, right? You just have to live with that. Let's see if we save our legs. It's very unlikely, obviously, we'd come back. That's the sort of goal that if you give up, you're just like, all right, like, what a hit, you know? Great goal by a really good player. Just stinging it. Come on, keep your heads up. We competed pretty well in those first 20 minutes. And apparently this double mark on the strikers is actually, I mean, that and them being complacent because they already have a couple of goals, that's helping. We do have 4 shots. So we are getting our 1 or 2 opportunities around the goal. Well, that's not good. Oh, that a boy, Rasner. Oh, play it. Play it. It's good luck. Just didn't come off. Opportunities we likely need to take. See, we're playing pretty well here relative to what I would have expected from the match itself. Schmidt. Not Brendan. Don't have Brendan do it to me, please. Just force the long shots. Force them to bring the ball around and cross it back. That's what we want to force. That's what we want to force to happen. I'm okay with those shots. I'm okay with the shot Barco scored on. It was these couple of chances where we let Adeyemi just slip through. Show them what you're all about this second. Bruno Piri, the Pooch, apparently not playing well. Alexander Miganov on that big time 6.1. He's not exactly adjusting well to being here. Let's see if I can give him a firm kick in the shorts. I'll make him bounce back. There you go. Oh, Miganov. Don't drop behind the winger. Go for it. We got help behind you. He's off. Yeah. Stay stuck into the game. If you can get a goal, maybe make them nervous. We have really kind of played our way back into this. Sub. We need Slobodan Mihailovic. At least got pace. They're a little tired. Maybe that works out for us. And Bakogu just picked up a knock. We're going to get him out for Marcel Monsberger, and basically us waving the white flag on that one. I think I only have 1 more sub because it's the FA Cup, though. Should have got back to Miganov. We're just leaving him alone. Not super opposed to that hit there, Alan. Really not. Oh, attaboy. Oliveira? Marcel Monsberger? No. Just a banger from Monsberger, and all of a sudden we're alive with 20 minutes to go. Come on, dude. I've created enough chances to think about the fact that we might have been able to score a goal in this game. On cumulative XG. Oh, we're a little piggybacking each other here. We're not actually getting towards the ball. Let's just play Elias Felber instead of Cruz. Or we're a little thin at center backs. So how about Bubalovic comes out for Gassman. And then Piri becomes the target. Oh, Basirovic. Tisk. Nice block. Good header. See, it's sound stuff. I mean, obviously they're more explosive than we are, but this is what we just lapsed on a little bit with the Karim Adeyemi defense. Come on, let's score a goal. Oh, Miganov. It's a great second ball to pick up. This could be a bit of an issue. Oh, actually not. We're there. Well done. Oh, lovely pass from Oliveira. He's only 22 also. I think Oliveira's going to play a role with us for a while. Monsberger, what a touch. It's just like really nice stuff from us. Basirovic. Mihailovic! Oh, dude. The way the keeper was diving, I thought that might have been trickling in far post, and then you just throw the kitchen sink at him. Screw it. I mean, we'll like to be a little more aggressive. Oh, Basirovic takes it in the face. And he gets up and keeps going. That's what matters. French Birdie, thank you for the 2 months. You just sign me as your physio? You know, I'm thinking about it. Oh, Cruz, play it. Don't try and beat the guy off the dribble. Oh, Oliveira! That was it. Excellent work. João Oliveira gets the ball, hits it clean on the volley. Got to take advantage of their complacency here. Oh, I should have played the line. Mihailovic was ready to burst out of the stable. Nice job, Rasner. Oh, Alan Cruz. What a play. Oliveira. Slobodan. I mean, our passing combinations have been sweet hot fire in this game. Sweet hot fire. I'm proud of the way the boys came in here and fought. You know, I wish we could have made that tactical adjustment a little earlier to try and take Karim Adeyemi out of the game, but you live and you learn. That's something very useful for us. That's how we can take away those inside runs, cutting inside of our center backs. But made adjustments. We hung tough. Oliveira was making all sorts of amazing passes to open up chances. It's a decent showing. On the road against the best team in the country, it's a decent showing. Now, obviously, you hate losing, but we were underdogs, and you gave it your best effort. And that's one of the few times I've given that team talk that I really actually meant it. What happened out there? First of all, congrats to them. There's a lot of positives to take from today. Look, Oliveira played really well today. He just didn't have his finishing boots on. If he did, maybe it was a different story. But it's it's going to be a great final. I'll certainly be watching. I'm looking forward to it. In Bakogu, you can play through a bruised thigh, so I'm not going to give him a shot for Horn. We're just going to see if we can get him back for Lafnitz. He might be back for the other one. It's a shame, but we'll regroup, focus our attention and our other ambitions this season.
He got fired from his construction job for not being strong enough. So I asked him if he put his 2-week notice in.
I feel like you're being really mean to your friend there, Tigers fan, and I don't know how I feel about that. Thank you so much for the 6 months, though, dude. I just feel like you're being really mean to your friend there. So I'm really offended. Just want to let you know. Players worked so hard, performed admirably. There's no shame in this defeat. You got to know what your players are capable of and what they're not. And our players did what they were capable of in this game, and we just didn't get our share of luck to go out and win it. We didn't, we didn't get our share of luck, and that's really what it's about. Harris Mandunyanin. Why do I know this guy? He plays in MLS too. It's like I've totally heard this name before. I feel like I've called a game with this dude in it. I broadcast the Philadelphia preseason game. Harris Mandunyanin. We've met. The 2-week notice, I'm going to go with a B, Tigers fan. Fake abhorrence aside, I'm going to go with a B. Harris Mandunyanin. Very good dead ball guy. Very similar to a certain 40-year-old named D'Alessandro that we happen to have on the team. Love is 6'3" and has 12 jumping range and is just not really a factor in the air. He's a really big dude. Harris Mandunyanin. All right. I'm going to let him go, though. We've already got one old facilitator. We certainly don't need two, and he'll expire before D'Alessandro's outlived his usefulness. That's for sure. All right, next match. Horn on the road. If we get 3 points out of this, I'm going to be ecstatic. Because there will be some rotation in this match. And then there's St. Pölten, and then there's Lafnitz. If we survive this run of a couple of matches intact at the top of the league, ecstatic. I had to work late. What did I miss? Well, we sent ourselves to the FA Cup semifinals. We beat Lask 2-1 at the Falkplatz, but in the semifinals we had to go to Salzburg, and it just didn't go well for us.
I've hard to give up cycling as it's too tiring.
That is a joke with words. That is definitely a joke with words. Come on, St. Pölten, lose. Everybody above us, lose. That'd be amazing. Well, St. Pölten actually lost, and Amstetten dropped points, and yeah, every team we were paying at Amstetten just dropped 2 points, and St. Pölten just dropped 3. So we're happy with that. Definitely happy with that. It was a good day today. Holtzman turning in a bad training performance. Can't yell at him again, but I can praise Oliveira because he has been training well for a couple of weeks. Pat him on the shoulder. Hey, bud, doing a really good job out there today. What I'm gonna give that one. I'm gonna give that one a C+. It is a dad joke. It is a dad joke. You know, wise pranker. It is a dad joke. It's too tiring. Nah, no, it's B level. It's B minus. It's B level. It's B level. I mean, it's B. It's a B level one, but it's at B minus. It's B. Yeah, B level. When do we play Lafnitz? A week from now. 2 matches from now and a week from now, rather unfortunately. The St. Pölten match was rescheduled from February because of snow on the field. So naturally, we've got to play them right in between. Oh my
I
God.
recently started an all-whiskey diet. I've already lost 3 days.
I mean, think about how much weight you're losing, though. I need advice. I took a team from Chile and after several seasons won everything. Should I go to Europe or start a new save? I usually like... oh, Gratzer won. That's annoying. Totally would have preferred them to drop points. Wacker Innsbruck's a decent team. Obviously, this is like the most obvious thing ever. I would have preferred that they didn't win. That would have been better if they didn't win. Oliveira's a little tired. Can totally understand that. Let's see. Schmidt,
Watching
Anthony
the
Schmidt.
stream whilst in my bath.
D'Alessandro is an advanced playmaker on the outside, so he receives the ball and then just knocks it in. We're going to have to rotate our midfield completely, which is what we expected to have to do. So Rasner or Felber and Unger are in. Those guys played for a large portion of the season, and we did pretty well for that large portion of the season, so I'm not super worried about that. My concern is that our full rotation, we do have to start Manuel Holtzmann. He's not awful, but he's not super comfortable playing as a wingback. He did give us some good minutes there before. Gassman's got to play. And perhaps most concerning, we do have to go with Leomid Krasniki to try and get these guys onto the field for the next 2 games. So it's Krasniki, the Pooch, Gassman. We've got no height on this team. Then we've got Schmidt, who win in this role. We are going to ask to play as a... Oh, I wish you were good enough to play as a complete forward. Somebody that carries the ball. So he's going to be a false 9, and Marcel Monsberger is going to be... pressing forward, and then we are going to personal instruction him to advance forward so Monsberger can push the tempo. I'm actually going to switch these guys and then do that again. Schmidt's going to be a false 9, and Monsberger's going to be the advanced forward that gets through at the back post. And hopefully he's going to pick the ball up. No, switch him. I think that alignment works better. The Pooch, Gassman, and Reckberger were all regular starters before. So was Unger. Obviously, Schmidt was. He's just somebody we've got to rely upon today. And that is our full rotation. We need somebody that's got the quality up front that can move with the ball. I think what really is the key here is all this match sharpness. We have a boatload of match sharpness to go around. Unger, we're going to need you to stay a little more anchored so that we can accommodate for their 4-2-3-1 going on. And Holtzmann and Reckberger in particular is going to need to have a good game today. We're really going to need Reckberger to do well. Okay. Just going to run through our set pieces because I'm assuming we do not have the right guys in the right spots. And I am right in that assumption. The Pooch, perfectly fine right there. We are definitely vulnerable on set pieces, though. Don't think D'Alessandro's the guy that we want at the edge of the area. And he's definitely not a guy that we want there either. I think we just put D'Alessandro on a post. Take some young athlete, put him somewhere else. I like how my center back is the worst. Well, one of my center backs is just the worst aerial person on the entire team. Just the worst. No ifs, ands, or buts. Just the absolute worst aerial person on the entire team. Okay. Just need We're not aiming at anybody, really. This is a non-starter. We have nobody to aim at that's going to win a header here. Maybe Anthony Schmidt. He's got the best chance. If we score off a corner, I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself. I'll be honest with you. No idea. Maybe it's because we have such a great passer it's going to work out. Because we have D'Alessandro making the delivery. Maybe it'll work then. 40-year-old winger starting this game. Maybe a short corner. No, we'll utilize... We'll see after the first half. We might switch it. Schmidt's not bad in the air, and D'Alessandro's a sniper on a dead ball, so... You missed the best joke of the day. Watching the stream whilst in my bath. My eyes! A+. Bagpuss, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a B+ on yours, by the way. Love you, Jack. I'll see you tomorrow for the network save. It's gonna be great. And Bakogu better be freaking fit for the next 2 matches. Bubelovic picking up a little bit of a knock, too. I feel like he's always picking up a knock. Captain's not been selected. I feel like Andres D'Alessandro's definitely the guy that we should put in for that. Well, this is going to be fun. We're away to a mid-table team, and we are just playing a very bizarre team sheet today. Expect to see a much better performance today. Rah, rah, rah. Hey, Horn's got a stadium that goes all the way around. That feels like cheating. Oh, we're wearing the whites today. At least we've got Anthony Schmidt. I'm going to try and get him off for Islam Durgan after 60 minutes. After we take the lead, hopefully. It's not a terrible ball if he'd hit it over here. I hope that's what he was trying to do. I didn't believe it was the Argentinian one. Oh, yes, it is. It's D'Alessandro. Runs like he's in quicksand. It's more of a brisk walk, actually, but he has loads of quality, and we've instructed the team to play through him as the advanced playmaker. Always going wide. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a physical game. It's very cold. And we're just going to have to gut check our way through Horn on the road. This is kind of a team we could have assembled at the beginning of the year. That's what we're looking at. When we get our chance, we've got to take it. All right, Pooch. It's fine. The gas man. D'Alessandro. There it is. He's unlocked it for Marcel. All right, D'Alessandro. God, that is a wicked ball. See, receives the ball. He pings it to Monsberger. That's a chance. Marcelo would have loved if we could have pulled that off. Reckberger. Where's Schmidt? Pull it back. Good. Felber. Mons! Oh, I thought that was in. I thought that was in. I thought he just glanced it right in. Stay with him, Reckberger. Reckberger's pacey, dude. He's one of the fastest guys in the team, actually. Whew, Gudelbauer. Why were we so late there? Got down stupid late to make that save. I appreciate you making it. I'm just saying. It was just like an observation. Is he on? No. Okay, cool. Well, I love how they just let the ball go. You're like, oh, great. That made me feel nice, warm, and fuzzy inside. Right? Oh, yes. D'Alessandro had to take it first time. So he wasn't going to be able to receive it and create distance. Where's D'Alessandro? That's who I'm looking for here. Oh, play D'Alessandro in. Play him in. Reckberger. Leomid. Just want him to get rid of it as quickly as possible. All right, D'Alessandro. Schmidt. Holtzman! That would have been a nice gift. All right. It's not even trying. It's not even going for it. Okay. My strategy of having Monsberger opposite D'Alessandro nearly produced the only goal that we needed. Reckberger has had the opposite of a good game today. Great. Love that. Keep working hard and it will come. Reckberger got to kick on in the second half, dog. You got to kick on in the second half. And, thank you. I know we're not going to create the wealth of chances we've created in the past, and we're really keeping them from doing anything. But I would love to have just that shade more creativity. All right, D'Alessandro. Make the magic happen. Smart play. Very smart. Very good. I just wait till a defender commits, and then somebody's open. Play the... Oh, come on, the fullback. Honestly, this is going to work! Let's freaking go! Anthony Schmidt, the starting forward we left in, finds the ball and hits it well. Oh, yeah. Pooch just gives him a chance. Lofts the ball into an area. That's why Pooch is a regular starter. Smashed home by Anthony Schmidt. Yes! Anthony. Oh, come on. Go back to him. Play it back to him. D'Alessandro with space and time. That's all we want. D'Alessandro again. Felber again. Stop. Get Schmidt off. Give me Islam Durgan as a pressing forward, please. And I know the Pooch not feeling great. We'll get him out at 60 minutes for my boy Bruno Piri. 65. Pooch is fine. He's hanging in there. Just don't want him to be too tired. We also don't want to make Bruno Piri too tired. Perfect, 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 perfect. This is beautiful. This is just textbook. We found the goal. Hang on to the game. Attaboy Islam. Attaboy Durgan. Oh, I like the idea. It's not a bad idea. Definitely gonna lower the tempo now. Oh, what a block! Oh, what a save! Oh. My heart cannot take it. I saw him pop free and I was like, oh man, Bruno Piri is beat. No, he's not. Throws his head in the way. Neumeyer, whatever, bursts onto the scene. Stoned by Gudelbauer. Hi, okay. Okay, that is our setup for the rest of this match. That was their first good. Oh, come on. I make the change, and now all of a sudden we're on full match, and the time between. Whatever. Annoying. Oh, come on. Islam Durgan had all the space in the world. He was sailing. Then we play it to the fullbacks. We regroup. We've got full time wasting on. Really don't want to see those types of direct passes, though, but let that run out. Now we take a year and a half to restart the game. This is a huge win. This is a huge win to set the table because we needed to rest in this game if we wanted to have a chance of winning our next 2 matches. And for us to be able to go get 3 points on the road against Horn, I'm pretty sure we didn't beat the last time we played them. Anthony Schmidt stepping up in a big way. In a big way. They had all their XG in that one chance. We just needed the good fortune and the individual effort to survive that one chance that we gave up. Yes! Pranky Bugger, thank you so much for the 2 months as part of the Hammers. Welcome back. Looking forward to you toasting your bacon too. And check out Jack. Freaking Jack. He's got silver bacon now. Before I'd left, you donated $4.99. Miraculously 1 cent off the TTS. But after having an argument with my boss, I left my job at the helium balloon making factory. I refused to be spoken to in that tone of voice. Massive win. Massive win for the boys. How's the cup run going? We lost in the semifinal to Salzburg on the road. We lost 2-0. We competed well, though. We competed well. We stayed in it. It was nice. Look at our matches, our current performances. This run could go on a little while yet. Confidence is always a good thing. It's very important to each member of the squad now. It's all about the confidence, lads. We are ahead of Lafnitz right now. We've cashed in the game in hand, and we are ahead of Lafnitz. We're a match in hand on Amstetten and 2 points clear of them, so they're starting to fall out of the picture. That's my new interpretive dance routine called We're Filthy Stinking Rich. Because we just got another injection of $564,000.
Boys!
Yo!
Boys!
Oh, it's better than I thought it was going to be. I've been saving that one the whole time.
Boys! Boys! Boys!
We just got $564,000. Oh man, that's good. All right, press conference. What do you fools want with me? Deco Jap Tong has been on trial with Floridsdorfer AC for a couple of weeks. Are you any closer to coming to a decision on his future? Hopefully we get all on the same page pretty soon. You're looking to make Gudelbauer a permanent member of the squad. He's showing everyone what he can do, and any club would want a player of his caliber. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he's definitely a solid goalkeeper. I respect him for that. All right, let's take a look at these guys that are about to leave. Let's decide if we want to keep him or not. We've got Davide Brivio, right? And he's 33 years old. He plays left back. He is Italian, right? He ain't too much for dribbling or touching the ball in general, but he isn't bad crosser. He plays a little bit of defense. He's a little slow. He's a little beefy, right? A little beefy, but I think we're just gonna let him go. And he's starting to deteriorate. You know, he really isn't up to it anymore. One too many cheeseburgers. He's just not having a good time. So just throw him out there. We'll just throw him out with the trash. See you there, Davide Jesus. That looks a lot like Jesus to me, to be honest with you. Be 37 years old. I mean, you're playing center back. You got to be able to follow them young whippersnappers all over the field. That looks like, to me, you're just a little bit too young to be doing that. You're getting worse at an alarming rate, Mr. Valdivia. Isn't that the one that does the cheese? Valdivia? What's the one that does the cheese? I don't know. Mustafa Kiza. Mr. Uganda himself playing at the left wing back position. He's 22 years old, disturbingly younger than I am. Gets into the opposition area, tries long range free kicks for some ungodly reason. He's got a really well lit picture, which we're super behind. All right. Kiza, I think we let him ride. I don't think he's quite good enough to be around the team as much as I actually have liked him. Jamal Blackman is the goalkeeper of the future, I think, for us. The 28-year-old. Doude van der Koost is going to stick around. And who's this guy? Hassan Ndam, who we were really close to signing at one point. He'll also stick around when we come up to that trial. Fun fact. Fun fact. Deviant Keys. Olmo. Who's the other guy? Well, I guess we didn't nix his trial. He's still going to be here. All right, full starting lineup is going out against St. Pruton. At home. Seth's record is the first division's oldest. He's almost 41. Oh my god, he's gonna be 41 before the season over. Like before the season is over. He probably shattered the record. 40 years, 324 days old. And he played well, I thought. He really contributed to the game. Are we doing a bad thing? I feel like we're doing a bad thing. You know, like there's no... He's a little old. Right? He's a little old. He's just a little aged. Like a cheese. Right? I feel like I didn't look at you, Freitas. Where were you? Guess you're staying around for another 4 weeks. I just walk into the locker room and he's just like hiding. Like, all right, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. I'm gonna we're just coming to a training. We're gonna evaluate the talent today. And Freitas is like, wrong way. Just gone. Oh, what do you know? Got another 4-week trial with the team. Interesting. Fascinating. V. Groff Bellius, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, my dude. Welcome to the Hammers. Why is that a bad thing? I don't know. It's just bizarre. Like, you can't find somebody better than a 40, almost 41-year-old. Yarmir Yager, Roger Millia, I guess there are. You know, there's some good examples. Oh, we're already doing a physical. Well, in that case... No, I want to go technical. I want to take away all of their moves so that they have no more moves. Ravy Davy, thank you for the Twitch Prime as well, guys. Thanks for being a part of the Hammers. Having the bacon, the emotes. Get yourself in the subsection of the Discord. Actually, you should get into the subsection of the Discord now. We're doing a Save Your Saves that's going to go up tomorrow morning. We're going to post a Save Your Saves tomorrow morning, and you'll be able to submit your saves to be saved on Save Your Saves. A lot of the words saving in that, but you get the idea. And you can do that in the subsection of the Discord. Yup. Had to eat what happened against Salzburg. We lost, but we did win at Horn. We lost to Salzburg 2-0. But we played at Horn, and we won. We won 1-0 and a goal from Anthony Schmidt, and then we were able to get him off the field and hang on to the lead thanks to one big save by Gudelbauer. One big play by Piri, who came off the bench for the pooch. It's good, though. We're really starting to get our trial list down to like the 6 or 7 guys that could very conceivably be part of the team going into the future. Okay, let's get our team selected. I say you would want to draw attention to the fact that Mbikogu and Silva have a good partnership. Really? Oh, I just kind of wanted to go forward to the next thing. Thanks, though. How's Mbikogu feeling? He is still not okay and will be available off the bench in this game, and Oliveira will be playing with Schmidt. And I say that... Do we want to start... Anthony Schmidt, I think we just throw him as... do we want to go pressing? What's his stamina work rate? Stamina's too low. Advance forward on Anthony Schmidt. D'Alessandro playing wide. Works for me. Alan Cruz is going to get both of these games. These guys are going to get a full rest after this game. Rasner and Cruz. Miganov and Bazirovic, who's also going to get a full rest after this game. Leomid Krasicki is unable to recover. That's fine, dude. It's fine. Bubelovic, did you he got back to his best. That's good. So Bubelovic and Piri and Pooch are the back line, which is good. Gudelbauer's in goal. Bazirovic, Miganov, Cruz, Rasner, the daddy D'Alessandro, Schmidt, and Oliveira with Mbikogu and Monsberger off the bench. So we've got 2 options of guys that are kind of tired. Then we have Felber and Unger and Holtzman and Gassman and all the other mans. Now Rackberger should be up here instead. Well, we have almost the team that we wanted, but Anthony Schmidt's playing out of position, and D'Alessandro is not going to be a good ball carrier. He's just going to be a guy we play the ball to. But it should work. We're going to have Anthony Schmidt, who's a real problem. He's a better finisher than basically everybody on our team, weirdly enough, and him and Oliveira are the best goal scorers, so. Does that really change anything? It shouldn't. But I'll tell you what we do need to change is that for whatever reason. Oh, you know why that's like that is because when we have our full starting lineup, D'Alessandro's not here. And, I mean, this is still a glitch. It's still annoying. And then it just throws back Alan Cruz's position because he's normally the guy that takes it. So it just throws him all the way to the back line just because it feels like it. All right, Miganov out for, well, Bazirovic is tall enough to swap out Miganov. And we have Anthony Schmidt and D'Alessandro. I'm going to go ahead and have D'Alessandro be like the guy that the ball pops ahead for. And D'Alessandro can then receive it, and then hopefully Schmidt will come streaking by him, and then that's how that like interplay can happen. Is SYS recorded on stream? No, it is actually not. We used to do it on stream back in the day. Sorry, that the donation from Four Eyed Lefty, I don't think I ever rated it the left the helium balloon factory. I refuse to be spoken to in that tone of voice, that joke. I think it's a B+ too, by the way, Four Eyed Lefty, and thank you so much for the donation. I'm sorry, I just didn't rate it reflexively.
This subscription has lasted longer than some of my coaching jobs in FM. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man. Sorry to hear that, Jellico. The 20 months is a darn long time. I wouldn't be ashamed of that. I appreciate you being part of the Hammers for 20 months. Do I get player faces for the Zealand skin? No, that's something called a face pack. It's completely separate from the Zealand skin. The skin is a very small text file that just makes a lot of tiny changes to the game that hopefully make it a better playing experience for you. This is a massive game. This is a massive game. And we're not exactly fully 100%, but we're playing at home against St. Polten, who we drew at the start of the season. They're a very talented team. If we go out and beat them, we hopefully create enough separation for them. We don't have to think about them for the rest of the year. Media's giving you a lot of credit. Let's put on a worthy display today. Anthony Schmidt, I want to see you flying around. You scored the big goal in the last match. Daddy D'Alessandro, literally old enough to be my father. Please, ball out once more. 40-year-old D'Alessandro. 40. I mean, in the game, I'm a 25-year-old coach. So, beautiful. Miganov on the overlap from D'Alessandro. Oh, it's Rasner! Loved that pocket of space. Just didn't quite work out where we could drop that back. What is Pooch doing? Sailing forward. Oh, attaboy, Oliveira. Honestly, I'm okay with that. You might have had D'Alessandro. What a ball! Cruz! Change. Do that every freaking time, Alan. So help me, Alan. Make that run every second of your life. Because if we get it by to D'Alessandro, the natural magnetism of a playmaker, and then all of a sudden Alan Cruz is flying up next to Schmid, one of them's going to be open. Oh, Schmid! Oh, what a play. My goodness. Schmid has that Eric Mendez tendency where he like hits the back of the center back to create space for the ball to fall. It's wonderful. Man, we are taking some shots. Alan Cruz with a stinger. All right, D'Alessandro, you've got good targets to aim at. Everything D'Alessandro touches turns to gold. What a signing. Bazirovic. Nice work in tight spaces here. We're not taking those touches backwards. Babelovic, really good work. Play the fullback. There you go. Miganov. They leave, or if they come out to you, then play D'Alessandro. Oh, Miganov. Oliveira. What an awful header. You normally don't do that. Wow. That was a shank. Bring it down. There you go. All right, Bazirovic. D'Alessandro, I don't even know what he's doing over there. Pretty sure he's running at top speed right now. Rasner. Oh, he's got Cruz! Well, that run, they just simply cannot handle on defense. Dude, the balls that we're getting from D'Alessandro on these set pieces are... I mean, we're playing a stormer. I want to encourage this. To say, hey, boss, keep this up. Oliveira. Oh, play him. Oh, Schmid is in. Their center back got lost. Nice. Dribbled himself out of position. Allen. Really? Making the safe pass all the way back. Anthony, I hate to break it to you, but that was not open. And what was Schmid doing there? He like took 2 bad touches in a row and the whole window closed in his face. I'm going to say I'm positive. Last time I did this, I went up to attacking. I feel like it kind of got us out of our groove. I think where we have them is right where we want them. We're just storming at the Fock plots. And just use both the center backs. Okay. Whatever. I don't think we're going to draw them forward. They're a little scared after the early events. Thank you, Miganov. Oh! Oh my word, what a goal by Anthony Schmid! Electric! Oh! Schmid! Oh my god! No! Stop! Stop it! Stop! Hold it! You cannot take consecutive bad touches when you're essentially in on the goalkeeper and then score this goal. It should be illegal. This is Anthony Schmid at his best. Oh, Goal of the season from Schmid. Miganov, and then Schmid just like, oh, saddle up, partner. The level of technical difficulty, taking it in from your side, letting it run off the top of his foot, and he just drilled it. Perfect. Anthony Schmid when we absolutely needed him, and we decided to extend his contract instead of letting him go. He becomes the hero. Scores the winning goal at Horn, scores a ridiculous goal to break through against St. Potzen. That's it. Easy does it. It's right at you. All right, D'Alessandro, Oliveira. There we go. That's what I'm friggin' talking about, man. This team. We've added the right pieces. We had enough athleticism to make a wide advanced playmaker like D'Alessandro worth it to bring in. We're dangerous on set pieces, and he's an amazing set piece deliverer. And we've got the boys believing. You know what?
Boys.
Believing.
That tastes like promotion.
You never want to get ahead of yourself, but we're playing like that right now, and we got a big match against Lafnitz after this one. So what we are going to do is lower the tempo, increase the time wasting, bring this down, and we are going to attempt to play in a way that does not make us as tired. We've created loads. Scoreboard reflects that. I'm pleased with that. We're dominating at the Fock plots here. We play Lafnitz in 3 days, though, so I think, around 55, 60 minutes, I'd love to add another goal and then batch substitutions. But this is a good team we're playing against, and we're gonna have to stay honest. We're not gonna be able to just load terrible players onto the field for the final 45 minutes and survive. But we have built ourselves maybe just a little luxury. Boy, Pooch. Oh, Pooch. Donde está? That was a mess. Just want to see large portions of this game sail away into the abyss. Oh, there's Guillermo Teixeira. That's the guy we had on trial for like 2 months. Oh, Gudelbauer. Good save. The hustle! Let's watch again. Let's really break this down. The explosive speed of D'Alessandro. Now this is full tilt right here from D'Alessandro. Look at that. I mean, that is some pretty significant acceleration. That is a retirement home record right there. The fastest 10-yard dash. The boy Babalovich rising above the crowd again. Well, that was a steamer. Pretty sure it went right through Gudelbauer, unfortunately. Dude just whacked it as hard as he could. Yeah, come on. Okay, that's a little frustrating. But that ball ended up in the back of the net. We've not really conceded anything of note there. Subs! Cruz off for Felber. Rasner off. Slobodan Mihajlovic in. Miganov, you are off for Reckberger. We're going to drop Slobodan Mihajlovic as a winger on support. 4 substitutions right there. Keep Rasner in the game.
If the USA is so amazing, Why would someone make a USB?
Who are you? I'm gonna stay like this a little longer, or maybe we don't. We bring him out, bring Ungar in instead. Just gonna box this out. Then we bring in Monsberger for Schmidt, and we want to move Oliveira, obviously. At some point, Mirnis Besarovic is just going to have to stay in the game. Quadruple sub back into a formation that's going to help us in this game, please. It's going to help us in this game. Strangle the game, shall we? The time is now for the deeper lines. Oh, Perry, other direction, dude. Other direction. Rackburger's got pace, though. Shoots. You're not going to be able to. Well, he's separated from him. Isn't good.
If the USA is so amazing, why would someone make a USB?
I heard it. We're locked in right now. It was good. Chat seemed to love it, to be honest. Chat really did seem to love it. And you got to take chat into account on this sort of thing. That's why I wasn't answering it. It just seemed like no matter what we did, we were determined not to follow everybody. We were determined not to follow literally everybody. We're much better than the team we're playing against today. And we just let them back in. I don't know if we just got complacent or whatever. All right, Basirovic. It's a good hit. Come on, man. Come on, just battle this ball into the back of the net. Battle it. Or don't even go for it. There's just nothing else we can do. I mean, nothing else like that we can reasonably do. I mean, here's the chance. Monsberger's got to play the pass, and it's Jerry. It's Jerry and Bakogu. Sometimes the result's just wrong, chat. Focus, Sealand. This is very important. For the next match. Focus. Throw some rest in there. Make sure these guys are going to be good to go. Bubbleovich has been struggling with his fitness. We definitely want to make sure that he's able to play in this game. Oi. Giant fat oi. Had it in the bag, and we fumbled it. We had it in the bag and we fumbled it. Fenton Kroll, thank you so much for the 2 months. Welcome back to the Hammer Suit. I'm looking forward to you toasting that bacon next month with the... Tried to shut the game down a little early. I think complacency had a lot to do with it. I mean, we didn't give up a lot of clear chances either. The first goal was just from the parking lot and went right through the keeper, and that is, you know, gives them a whole lot of belief, changes the complexion of the game, unfortunately, and then we kind of end up in a bit of a siege because we can't really go back forward and grab hold of the game again. And we end up in that sort of siege mentality, and we try and survive that as best as we can. But if we go out and we beat Lofnitz here at home, I mean, this is the match, right? We're tied in points with 11 matches to go in the season. This is a separation match. $11 matches to go in the league, and we play a team that we're tied with, #1 team in the league, Lofnitz, at home. And we're unbeaten for... I think 13 or 14 straight league matches, so we've been in really fabulous form. We've been gaining on the table nonstop. If you get FM, if you get defensive, FM punishes you. Yeah, I know. It's my first time playing, so it's definitely my first time playing Football Manager. So definitely didn't think of that. This match has nervous draw written all over it, maybe. All right, I need my pensive glasses. Rusty, I do love that joke. Defensive tactics can work as long as you have a really strong counter punch. Almost all there. D'Alessandro's not exactly there, but that's okay because Mbakogu is coming into the starting lineup. Let's go. Full starting lineup is here. Anthony Schmidt making his moves from the outside. Cruz and Razner, Miganov and Basirovic, who's rested himself up. Our defense has recovered enough. They're not 100%, but they're under enough percent. All right, Rosner, deep lying playmaker, you on defense. You're a little more responsible for what they've got. This is a huge problem for us. That is a giant problem. Naturally, their tactic is designed to just smash ours. I'm going to naturally play a little more of an interior game. So if they've got an inside forward or two, they're going to get inside of our wide center backs. So we got to be a little more narrow defensively, but I expect us to be able to go out and kind of try and take over this game. I expect us to be able to go out, take over this game, guys. It's the biggest match of the season. This is the biggest match of the season. Where heroes are made, exactly. 11 matches to go. We're tied at points and 2 goals and goal difference apart. At home at the Fogplots against Lafnitz, we've got a team of believers. All right, thank you, contemplative glasses. Let's go catch ourselves a W. We owe Lafnitz. And a little team talk, you know, for the 3 guys that didn't get fired up. I trust you. Alan Cruz hasn't been here. I mean, Miganov's been here 4 days longer than Cruz. And he's already buying in. Means you should too. Oh, my goodness, the Fogplots. Would you look at that? In mid-March, the Fogplots is nice and snowy. Well, good thing we play a naturally super direct style. Oh, my goodness, Anthony Schmidt. Literally has never taken a good touch when he gets played in towards goal. Ever. Now, that, to be fair, it is snowing, so. Nice. Switch by Razner. Alan Cruz. Alexander Miganov. That's a ball. Oh, the tension is high. The tension is high. This is the way you want the 2nd Division of Austria to be settled on the field. I mean, we're also level with Grazer. There's 3 teams tied at points at the top of the league. Attaboy Pooch. Miganov's got the pace to really blow this open. He also has the pace for this to just not be anything. Okay. Tense early 17, 18 minutes. Nothing to really speak of. Oh, and Bakogu flying in. Said I've had enough of this. Boy, Olivero. Make them work something lovely like that to open us up, and we're still in a pretty good position to defend it. Oh, there you go, Doodlebauer. Happy with where we ended up. Positions we got into to make plays. No real big chances so far. We're beating them by 0.03 XG, so I'm shocked we're not up by a couple of goals, quite frankly. Oliveira, I've really never seen him lose it like that. Schmid. Cruz, lovely. Miganov. In some snow. He's Ukrainian. He's used to it. Oh, Besinovich. Lovely. Allen. Rosner, that's fine. Piri, Miganov. Bakogu, don't even. Why do they even head it on target from those angles? Just try and knock it down. See if you can hit it back across the box, loft it towards Oliveira or something. Cruz. Decided to mark the wrong guy here. Good recovery run, though. Goodness, Bubelovich got moving. That was Pooch, actually. We're going to give up a couple of crosses the way that we are playing defense. They just had an injury. We encourage. Let's get it before the half. Where's Anthony Schmid? He's been the hero. Found him. Schmid! Yes! Yes! Sing! I'm out here like Katniss Everdeen, serving them up. He just sets up Jerry and Bakogu on a freaking silver platter to tap the ball in. How about this? Rosner opens it up to Schmid. First time ball catches him unawares to Jerry and Bakogu. Tap the ball home, and the Dorfers, the Dorfs. Very dangerous in short distances. Very dangerous. Anthony Schmid makes it happen again. Shout out to Rosner for making the pass as well. Don't get complacent. Feel like we've been bitten by complacency, especially in the last game. They made a change. What are the tactics? The same. They just brought in a new attacking midfielder. They went fresh legs to make that stupid run off their target man, or their deep lying forward, whatever he is. Poacher? They're playing him as a poacher? Dude held the ball up before. Maybe they changed him. Besinovich. Oh my goodness! Bruno Piri with it tear dropping out of the sky. Nice work. Rosner. Allen. Jerry. Bakogu. Ref! Look at my assistant coach is coming up like, we should really close this guy down. And I'm like, shut up! Get out of the way! It's Mirnas Besarovic, club captain. Mirnas Besarovic. Man, that was actually a really good penalty. Sub. Rasnerov, ball winner. No. You spam call, leave me alone. I'm busy. Really good tacklers, and Elias Felber and David Unger coming in the midfield. Bezarovich is off for Daniel Reckberger. I'm sure mentally he's probably not in a great place after missing that pin. And those are my three changes right now. We're going to swap the midfield. We're just going to turn up time wasting, but we're going to keep playing our game. We're going to keep playing our game because we've been winning playing our game. And we've got the fresh legs in so that we can keep doing it. And we're not changing anything with our set piece defense, which is why João Oliveira is still out there, even though he's not playing well. Oh, attaboy! What a player! Anthony Schmidt! This is body on the line for the team. Miganov. Oh, perfect. Oliveira. They're overextended. Oliveira. Schmidt! Oh, Jerry was offside. Jerry! Great job winning that penalty, by the way. Great effort there. All right. Oh, excellent work killing off this, killing off a stretch of match right there. Excellent work. Excellent work. Unger drops in. We are going to take some time off by subbing off Anthony Schmidt for Andres D'Alessandro and bringing out Jerry Mbakogu for Marcel Monsberger. Subs. Oh, yes, Oliveira. Hold it. Good. D'Alessandro. Excellent. That's why he's on the field. Monsberger. Pass back. Reckberger. Excellent. Turn the time wasting all the way up. Turn this stuff off. Possession's been won. We want to hold the ball. Excellent. And just in case they happen to get the ball back, this is our defensive shape. Oh, whistle ref! Ref! Up the Dorfers, baby! Up the Dorfers! Fenton, I appreciate the 2 months, dude, as part of the Hammers. Oh! Bruno Pirro with an 8.5. The Pooch at a 7.4. Miganov's erased the memories of his bad performances with a 7.5. Anthony Schmidt, of course, with the assist. We deserved it. We held it. You better start believing about this year. You see that table? I skipped through it pretty quick, but I feel like you have an inkling. You have an inkling about who might be near the top, right? Who might be up and around the top. You know, maybe seems to be having a better season than some team. You know, some people. Oh, come on, we're not top. How much did they win by? We were ahead. They won by 3. Okay, fair. Whatever. We weren't playing Ververt Steyr. Last team in the league. Soft. I don't know who's saying it. It's somebody in the back. Soft. Playing the worst team in the league. Dang it, Gratzer. By 1 on the goal difference. Jumping ahead of us. Hey, but we're ahead of Lafnitz with 10 matches to go, and we're right next to Gratzer, who we actually just beat. You know, look, that's amazing. Out of these, we just got 10 points from 4 matches against Gratzer, Lafnitz, St. Pölten, and Horn, who are all the way down 11th now, but still. Horn, we had to play the backups. I am beyond happy with the way that our team has performed over that stretch. Beyond happy. I mean, that is just a tremendous 10 points from those 4 matches. We drew the match against St. Pölten, and we got 3 wins against Lafnitz. We got a win against Gratzer, and we got the win against Horn. Now we're at home against Liefering. Hopefully we can chill and grab a couple goals. Hopefully. Oh. Oi. See, Horn just won their game. They're freaking 9th. It's a decent team. Said Amstetten is still in the race too. That's true. They are. They've won their, oh, I guess we kind of came back to them a little bit, but Amstetten is still around. We have not played Amstetten yet, and we haven't played Dornbirn. Those are like the 2 teams up around the top that we haven't played yet. Everybody else, check them off the list. We're playing a lot of the teams that are not up in the top 5, 6, or 7. 10 games left of the season. Ten games. 10 games. Yes. Games. All right, Karami, we keep. I remember Karami. Japchong, we might let go. We might let these 2 young wingers go. I don't know when they're ever going to be relevant. Wow, we have 2,800 hammers. Holy cheese whiz. 2,800 hammers. 2,800 hammers. That's pretty incredible. That's a lot of bacon. You're darn right. That is a lot of bacon. That's enough for like 144 editors. Dude, I better post a resume. You post your resume somewhere or something. We gotta start hiring again. All right, fortnightly staff meeting. Only 13 topics today. What were you guys doing all the time? Stay back at all times for Felber. He lacks a natural flair. He's freaking fine. We need his body to just get up the field sometimes. Moving to channels for Olivero works for me. Stick to the right side of the pitch. Doesn't work for me. He plays all over Anthony Schmidt. I don't want to bottle him up to one side of the field. He picks the ball up and tries to get over there. We've had a negative impact on 2 of our young players with our squad atmosphere. What are they? Come on. They're good guys, right? They're good guys. I don't know what's going wrong. What, you got a problem with Bezarovich? He missed 1 penalty. Okay, he's fine. He's a great influence. He eats McDonald's every day. Yeah, I think Anthony, we're already pretty clear on the fact that Anthony Schmidt is is definitely capable of being the best player at the club. I think we've kind of established that he may already be there. Him and João Oliveira, right? Bezirovic is generally considered very good. Alan Cruz is very talented, but hey, Anthony, form's been pretty good. Hey, Bruno, excellent form to start your career at the club. You know, people were worried because we invested so many resources in my boy Bruno Pirro. They were worried. But you know what? I wasn't. I always had faith. Jim J, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, my dude. And Klaus Joplin, congrats on the 3 months. It's for you. Congrats on cooking your bacon. Thanks for doing it with Bezos money. You know, you just spent $15 of Jeff Bezos cash. Jim J spent another $5. Making progress. Making progress. You paid for Bruno 5 times over with that weird bonus you got? I know. It is a weird bonus, isn't it? Oh my god. Well, I mean, some of them are pretty good. Okay. Who knows if this potential is like, you know, super realistic. Can I get a full-time contract, please? Yeah. I want you to come in full-time. Martin Radakovits. Well, we don't know how high this potential could rise, right? But we do know that. No, I want full-time, dude. Just take the full-time deal. This is your job now, Gabriel. Shut it. Full-time, thank you. And Milinko Kogic. Yeah, look, I mean, you get a youth intake that looks like this if you're at Barcelona, and it's a whole different ball game, okay? When you're playing for a team, you know, like us, where we're not quite, maybe we're at least at Real Madrid's level, right? It's not quite as huge a deal, but it's still nice. These are guys that I consider it worth giving a contract to. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I consider it worth investing in having these guys on the team, which is not some, like, I don't have a youth team right now, but all these guys, even down to David Dietz, and I'm going to need to go grab a goalkeeper, Hani Salah. All these guys down to David Dietz are really good for me. Dietz, then Hani Salah, always sign a goalkeeper. He wants a youth contract, brilliant. The rest of those guys do have a chance to at least be relevant depending on what happens over the course of their development. Maybe Milinko Kogic or Martin Radakovits. Who knows? Maybe we landed some guy that is a real star. We don't know at this point, but I will take that. So will everybody. I'll freaking take that. What are you, the Austro-Hungarian Empire? Yes. Yes, I am. Hey! Look. Franz, are you sure you want to... I mean, really, an open top convertible, that just seems a little much. You know, the Serbs are a little upset right now. We all know what happened to JFK, right? Like, maybe not an open top convertible, Franz. I mean, it disgraces the Ferdinand name. You know, maybe just like a horse and buggy, and you got like 2 of them, it'll be fine. Open top? It's your funeral, Franz. It's your funeral. That guy, you know. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Franzi, baby. He loves the wind in his hair, doesn't he? The open top convertible's just got more swag. He loves the wind in his hair. Good talents? No, that's not true. After watching the youth candidates play, you have more recommended signings. I would not like to sign those guys. I'd like a partial youth team going into next season. Not a full youth team, but, you know, if we're in the top flight, we're going to want a partial youth team. Start developing our lads. His last name wasn't Ferdinand. I know, but I don't know what his last name was. And he's got like 8 names. So we're just going to go with, I know, it's going to bother me. Franz Ferdinand Karl Ludwig Joseph Maria. Sick. Bless you. Do we have like a house? Oh, he's Habsburg Lorraine because it's Austria-Hungary. I know these things. Apparently this guy is just glitched out. Deco Jap Chong just retired and is officially out of the game. He just left. He tried with us for long enough and he was like, take me now. He's 0 years old. He has no demands. We know nothing about him. He's just gone. He's decided to start working at his local barber shop. Yep. He's done. He's toast. Supersonic, thank you for the prime. Gunny, thank you for the prime. And welcome to the Hammers, my dudes. Enjoy the bacon and the emotes. Get yourself in the subsection of the Discord. He is ceased to exist. Deco Jabchong is just gone. Cool. Awesome. Really enjoyed that. See you later, Deco. I was thinking about cutting you from Trialist, and he was like, you know what? I'll save you the trouble. I'm going to Mars. What? He's just vibing, you know? Yeah, I know. I feel you. He's 100% vibes. 100% vibes. Andres, we have a season going on. You can't be starting a coaching course. We have a season going on, Andres. Who knew FM could be so dark? Thanos. I'm a peacock, man. You gotta let me fly. Dietz is now finally homegrown. We had to wait. That was a really long 3 days. I don't know how we're gonna make it. But we did make it. Oh, they want us to go attacking? Goodness, look at those lines. Miganov and Schmid are already playing well together. Bruno Piri's already created a bond with both the boys. And, you know what? I'm gonna go ball winner on support for you, Rasner. I don't want the magnetism of a playmaker, but I want you floating around with the ability to connect play, to pick out passes. He's a good passer. Gonna get rid of our width. Great. Oh, actually, you know what? We're not gonna do that. We're gonna come back and play narrow again because they're going to just jam it right down our throats in the middle of the field. Right down the middle. Not next match only. This is actually our full-time starting lineup now, so we are going to need to swap out my boy Alexander for my other boy Basirovich. Betcha. Love that one. Okay, at home against Liefering. This is the B team for Salzburg. They're 14th in the league. Let's get it. Fans expect the win. We are at home, so that might work. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. Don't let a good streak end here. Keep it going. I'm a little worried about complacency today. This is definitely potential to be a letdown game. So I'm going to clap louder than usual while they're walking out of the tunnel. Come on, boys. I believe in you. This is your moment. Oh, that's us. Oh, with the back heel interception, Bruno Piri is he's just toying with the division. Basidovic. Allen! Allen! Allen Cruz with his second goal for the Dolphins. Yeah, baby. Alan Cruz. Oh, boy, Schmid. Oliveira, yes. Schmid. Kiri. Miganov. Schmid. Brasner. Ooh, Allen having a go! Alan Cruz! Alan Cruz! Alan Cruz! All gas! No brakes! It's Alan Cruz's world, and we're just living in it. It's like the same shot from deeper and even harder to save. Alan Cruz. 2-0 Dorfers. What a shot from Cruz. Yes. Like the fact that we are inside of their two attacking midfielders right now, forcing them out. Make them go around three guys in the middle. Good recovery run by the defense. That's not an easy chance for them. Now, Cruz's 2 goals are definitely papering over the fact that we're not exactly playing a stormer overall. The match is pretty even, but Alan Cruz just got 2 chances and shelved them, which can engender a little more complacency than usual, but he's having just a career game. It's a nice day to have a day. Oh my goodness, it's Ludwig!
Boys! Boys! Boys!
Give me the ball. Always knew he had a second job. Always knew. Had to. Whatever he's up with. You know, great YouTube video. Oh my goodness, I played in the 2nd division of Austria for a year. Schmid. Oh, thought he was going to be able to make the pass to Oliveira. Rasner. Good work. Schmid. Miganov. So many different options. They're really deep right now. Miganov. Bring it down. I mean, honestly, that header was a pretty good idea. I thought he was going to head it towards the goal, but if you don't bring it down, pop it across to Oliveira, he has a chance to attack it. The boy Schmid. Oh. Miganov. Ooh, lovely. Ooh, Miganov. He's cooking with gas. Miganov again. I mean, if they keep allowing us to get these crosses in, we will eventually put something together. And they're just allowing us to get these crosses in. Very compact, giving up the wing. We have 2 good crossers. And we've got João Oliveira, who's just hunting inside the box right now. I mean, it's not a good recipe for them. It's not. Oh, lovely ball by Miganov. Anthony Schmid. Really loving the way we're playing these last 15. These last 15 minutes have been nice. Could have played Schmid. Wants to take it himself. It's good. Their midfield's not really doing anything. Hey! I told you. I freaking told you. They keep letting us do that. We're going to find a goal somewhere, and we did. This is on Stesko for not being able to cover it, but it's Jerry! Come on, Jerry! Jerry and Mbakogu. Miganov. I mean, it's a good cross. Steskol's made a meal of it, and Mbakogu's got an easy goal. The big 9-9. Goalkeeper with the soap gloves. I don't think he touched it, I'll be honest with you. I think he just flat out missed it. That's an issue. Why did we keep him onside? What a save by Gudelbauer. We really are. This game, we should be up like by 1 goal right now. And that's it. We're papering over the cracks with a 3-0 result. I'm definitely going to have to give an anti-complacency talk at the end of it. Don't allow complacency to creep in. Definitely want to refocus the boys, because that was not a chance we should have been giving up. That was pretty straightforward. Oh, Piri to Miganov, 2 of the new signings. Oh, come on. He's not even close to the ball. He's gone for the man. Did he shoot? I kind of thought that was going to be one of those bend it like Beckham shots to the back corner. I've tried putting the face packs on and it's so complicated. Now, I promise it's the face packs will normally come with their own file in them. So you literally just need to download the file and know where to put it. And there's nothing else you need to do. You just reload, you load back into the game and you're good. If it doesn't show up, then you just have to turn caching off in the interface and then reload the game and then you're good. It's a first step into the Football Manager modding world. Oh, what a play by the Pooch. Underrated, reliable player on this team. Our central center back, Poochiger. What are you doing, Goots? What are you doing? You're lucky that our defense had that one covered, because you were in no man's land. Have you made a video how to do it? Yeah, I made a video about how to install face packs. It's probably a year and a half old now, but it's the exact same process, and it will help you. Swarming the ball right now. Dude just passed it away to nobody. Oh, Miganov, saucy first time ball. Schmidt's got no one to pass to. Ref! 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 It's an axe murder in the box, ref. Are you blind? Oh, no way. We haven't accumulated enough good karma for that one to go flying in. Even though I'm very certain Anthony Schmidt has that one in his locker. He definitely has that one in his locker. I'm going to leave the first team out there, praise them for their performance, and see if we can get another goal, since goal difference is apparently like the saving grace right now. That's the only thing separating Gratzer and ourselves, and we don't play each other again. So every goal could matter here. See, look, they're not even trying to play the ball. They're not playing the game. Card him. There you go. Card him. Man, he is going to score one of these days. He really does hit the target with good movement. Excellent defense of the Falk plots. Excellent defense of the Falk plots by the boys. 3-0. Not allow, but we need to move on and not allow ourselves to become too comfortable. Absolutely. Refocus the team. Make sure that we're paying attention to the task at hand. We are tied for promotion and the top of the league right now. And yes, a player can be poached off a non-contract, by the way. A player can be poached off a non-contract. Good win for us, unfortunately. The boys at Gratzer did manage to squeak by Rapid Vienna 2 on a penalty. Dang it! Lafnitz 1, St. Pilsen 1. That doesn't matter, though, because Amstetten is still hanging around, and they went out and they won their game. Amstetten's the team we haven't played yet. Amstetten is not next. We do play them in 3 matches. And then we play Dornbirn here. We end with Juniors, Austria, Lustenau, and Rapid Vienna. Ververt, Steyr, Wacker, Innsbruck. I mean, just looking at a lot of matches that we should be able to win, honestly, is what we're looking at. We held 3 clean sheets in the last 4 games. We've allowed 3 goals in the last 5 games. But yeah, 3 away matches. We're going away from... We just had 3 home matches, though. Away for 3 matches, including away to Amstetten, which is going to be a gigantic match. It's going to be a gigantic match. Another one of those where, you know, the whole season could hang on 1 or 2 moments. D'Alessandro's mad I'm criticizing his training. Good evening from Floridsdorf. Oh, that's amazing. What's up? That's outstanding. We beat Lask, yeah. But no, we went out, we beat Lask fair and square, 2-1. Played a really good game. They did not look very good. And we got to the semifinals and had to play Salzburg. We ended up losing 2-0, which hurt. All right, guys. Alessandro, it's like, boss, I'm 40. I'm not trying to do training anymore. That was funny. Thank you, Disco Shark. Did you see the youth? Yes, our youth intake was actually pretty good. I had 4 guys, at least 3.5, 4.5 star potential. I've got some really sad news as I am going home to see my mother, as you all should too, at various times for Thanksgiving. This is the last Floridsdorfer stream until like 2 weeks from now. And I know that's really unfortunate, and I'm kind of bummed because I want to know what happens with this. But that's the, you know, that's the situation. It'll be 2 weeks. There'll still be plenty of YouTube videos. You'll be able to rewatch all of the full first season to get yourself ready for that next stream. But we are going home for Thanksgiving. Gonna eat a really giant meal. Hug my parents. So I know I'll keep you guys updated. But we do have a stream tomorrow, and that is the network save. It'll be myself, Ben, Lelujo, Jack. You know, Work the Space, Dr. Benji. We'll be there. We're going to be playing a network save, and it's lively. It'll be 2 p.m. New York time, 7 p.m. London time. So, you know, 3 hours later, about 2.5 hours later than we normally start the stream. You know what I mean? 2.5 hours later. And it's right there for you. Right there. Tomorrow. Hopefully, more people will be able to get home from work and stuff, you know, and watch the 4 of us all simultaneously win the Champions League. I just hope everybody has a good time. Let's raid somebody. That's the situation, though. I'm very sad about that, but I'm happy that, you know, I'm gonna get to go home and see the Madre. Right, I'm happy about that. And speaking of the binge, the Dr. Benji, he happens to be on right now, and we are going to raid him. And we are going to make a whole lot of noise while we do it, chat, aren't we? Because that's just what we do. So if you do not know who Dr. Benji is, he is part of the network save tomorrow. He is generally a wonderful individual. We have a podcast together called 20 Good Minutes where we talk about football and soccer and Football Manager and life in general. But generally focused around those things and Neymar flopping and, you know, all the good. Oh, we play the hits, trust me. And we will be recording an episode of that tomorrow, so be sure to check it out. Check it out. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Get the copy pasta ready. Okay. The network saves right here on Twitch, by the way. If I didn't make that clear, I saw somebody say where. Love you guys. Thank you for being a part of the Hammers. If you have the bacon, thanks for supporting the team and allowing us to make super fun stuff like the skin that, you know, costs real people money to be able to do stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys subscribing and show your love to FM Enhanced. You know, dude deserves a ton of love. It's a crazy good skin, and he is the technical brains behind it. I'm getting distracted. I'll see you tomorrow. Watch the video that came out today. It's a fun one.